Good. What, getting a cup of coffee?
No, he was trimming it.
Yeah, they got cup holders in it?
It does.
All right.
Trimming the bushes.
Yep.
Perfect. Sheriff, we're good, Craig, thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
Sheriff's Department, jail maintenance?
Hello, everybody. Sorry, a little under the weather today. Just kind of giving you an update of what's been going on over there at the jail. The concrete slab was raised successfully. They didn't have to do any major repairs on that. The post in front of the building that on our visitation wall was replaced, and that is solid now. It's no longer as shaped in the front of the building. The roof is coming together really well. We haven't had any leaks in this past storm, so that is a fantastic part. We are going to be starting this probably about Tuesday or Wednesday on the booking entrance and the booking room itself. Been working with Becky to chase down some wiring to see what I can remove and that needs to be kept. We have a lot of the old phone lines and the intercom system that was still left up there, so we'll be working on it and getting the ceiling done. And then the tiles that were damaged during the last rainstorm from the leaks in the roof, they've replaced them and repaired those, so we're in good shape on that. Everything's coming together really well over there.
How about, and Sheriff, you might know, Lee's not here, how about the camera systems, recording systems, everything down in that contract that was signed? We have a projected time of when that's going to happen?
They are currently on that one. They're building the program.
Okay.
So we are getting 2 cameras in on the 22nd for the heartbeat.
That's for Cell Guardian.
Yeah.
That's a different.
Yeah, different thing.
And then they're in contact with the same company, and I think they were talking at the end of this month, we should start seeing them coming in and running wires and stuff of that nature.
And Cell Guardian was going to come in first. And like he said, they're working with SAS on the other, so they don't overlap or get in each other's way. Cell Guardian also offered a 90-day trial on a 3rd camera. And I told them that was fine, but so we're going to put that in the nurse's office, where quite often we'll have an inmate that's under the weather and sitting in there. So it's probably a good idea to have a heart monitoring system on them as well. And so we may end up keeping that one, but that's down the road a little ways.
Is this antenna mounting system, is that coming through you?
No, that would be going through Art.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I mean, they haven't talked to you about placement or anything? They haven't worked with you
We
at
went
all?
over the placements. He's going to
Okay,
be
all
working
right.
with
You have
Renee
been
on that.
involved in this discussion?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right. And it makes sense to you what they're proposing?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
He was on the email.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you agree with everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
I think it's a better option than what we currently.
Yeah, anything's better than what was up there.
Yes. Any other questions regarding
Yes.
jail maintenance?
I do. There's 2 areas that when me and Mark was down there the other day, the flashings broke loose on the outside. It needs repaired.
Yes, over on the new side of the jail,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
first
and
north
there's one up by
walkway.
where the razor
Yep.
wires are.
That's where they're going to be, when the metalworking guys come, they're going to be repairing that. I didn't really want to get up there and start
Okay.
messing too much with what they've got.
I didn't know if
going
they
on.
were going to be involved in that part or not.
Yeah,
So, okay.
I spoke with Art on that, I believe it was a week and a half ago when we first noticed it in the windstorm, and he said it'll be
Okay.
taken care of.
Okay. That's all I got.
I just wanted to mention operationally, we're looking at trying to keep 3 jailers on shift every shift. Like currently, sometimes we'll do down to 2, and that's really critical. So we're looking at changing the schedule, and the way that works, I've been told it's called a Panama schedule. I don't know why it's called that, so don't ask me. But what it runs is it'll run 36 hours one week and 44 hours the next week, which if you're on a 2-week pay period, that's 80 hours in 2 weeks, and I think that's okay. It's acceptable. I think in the past we had an issue where if an employee worked over 40 hours, you had to give them the overtime, right? But correct me if I'm wrong, but there's some exception for first responders and law enforcement
Well,
about.
The handbook is changed.
Well, so that, yeah, we have to look at the handbook, and I know you guys are in charge of the handbook, but I think the way it's written, that 86 hours in 2-week period is acceptable without paying overtime. But I have to dig into that a little more, but that is something that we're looking at doing, and then if, I looked at the handbook briefly the other day, and,
84 or 128 schedule,
yeah,
because we used to be on.
we used to be on it, and it wasn't an issue
And
then.
the sheriff and the jail wasn't ever on it, just the sheriff's department.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think when I first started in the jail, I worked.
I think it's just the jail, or sheriff's department that can be on it, or any fire or EMS.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But
I
I
think
don't know
it's,
that the jail can be on it, can they?
You check with.
I wouldn't see why not.
Sheriff's Association or something to confirm that if anyone else is doing it?
Yeah, I
That's
could ask
something
them.
and John would remember that. I wasn't the auditor when that was changed, but it
Well,
was the 84 or 120, 84 hours within 2 weeks or 128 within a month.
yeah, those are the numbers that are resonating in my mind, but,
I'm pretty sure that's what it is,
When-
but that got changed in the handbook a long time, before I became an auditor.
well, and it may have. That's why I'm talking to them about it, because
Well, I mean,
it has to be
so
changed.
do you think what you're asking to do does it contradict what's in the handbook?
Yes.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay, so I would think we would need to have that segment of the handbook that it contradicts, and just send that to us, and we can evaluate it,
Yeah.
and we'll put it on our list, because we have several
Yeah.
things in the handbook that we need to look at.
I completely agree with you. And I know when I first
wasn't trying
started,
to butt into the
when I first started in 1992, 93, as a jailer, I worked 3 days on, 3 days off. Well, if you do the math, that works out to working 3 days one week and 4 days the next at 12-hour shifts. So I was getting, 36 hours one week and over 40 the next week. But it equaled out to 80 hours in a 2-week pay period. So it was never an issue with me personally as an employee, but I understand that we have to do what the law says we can do.
If you can legally do it and that's what you want to do, I have no
Right.
apprehension of changing
Right.
the handbook.
Okay, that's.
I don't
why-
have any issue with it. I don't
Well,
think you
I will.
I don't
No,
either.
if
I'll
you
do a
can
little
it,
bit of digging and
Yeah.
legwork
Yeah.
and point out to you in the section of the handbook
Yeah.
where we're
And
talking
that's what we got to
about.
change
And
to
we'll
make
just-
it work, and I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
The next question is, how soon do you have to have it done?
I don't know. They never said that. I mean, we've been operating the way we've been operating for several years, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal if it goes another couple of weeks. Agnes Levens kept it straight.
You what?
I said Agnes Levens kept it straight.
What is
They
the,
keep it straight, but it's not a pretty thing to do.
No, but I mean, it's not, I agree, but if they're not getting overtime on that week that they're getting, was it 44 hours? Is it 44 or is it, yeah, because they work 10-hour shifts.
They work 10-hour days. So
Yeah,
they
but I
get
think
40
that'll-
hours a week.
I think the thing I'm talking about would be 12-hour days, because that's what I used to work. I used to work 12 hours, 3 days on, 3 days
So,
off.
jail, we're not talking about your deputies, sorry.
No,
I forget
no.
We're not talking about the deputies, yeah.
I think
they
that-
work 12, 12, and 4. 12, 12, 12, and 4. They work 3 12-hour shifts and 1 4-hour shift, don't they?
I don't say, I don't think
Two
so.
12s and 2 8s?
Yes.
But I think there's a couple of them that work 3 12s and 1 4, isn't there?
The way it broke down, like my shift, it was 4 12 hours and then I would have 8, but it's because I had to work that weekend. That's why it really.
Okay.
You're talking about jail staff, right? Jailing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, not deputies.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, I'll
Do
get,
some research on it and let us know if you need anything on our end.
I'll let you know if we have to change handbook. How about that?
The handbook got to change.
And then you
So
guys
what's
can
the
consider it
process?
then.
Change the payroll.
what's the process for changing the handbook?
Nothing, you just change the pay, you just change it.
I mean, do we-
But
do we
that's a
don't-
big change for us also.
Right, do we normally have, I mean, we haven't done the handbook change since I've been here. Do we
No.
recommend to John what we want to do, and he writes it
No,
up?
I write it
Or
up,
you just
and then
send to you?
guys look at it
Okay.
and sign, and
All right.
make sure it's correct and
Okay.
how you want it worded.
So, yeah, you can
and
just
then-
send us
Speak of the
what you think is, what it contradicts, and we'll look at it, and we'll reword it the way it works, and
Got it.
we'll get it to Amy and get it changed.
Sounds good.
All right, I don't have
Thank
anything
you.
else.
All right, thank
We
you.
just need to make sure it's not, that the jail can be included in that 128.84.
From the legality standpoint.
Because I don't know, I don't think they were on it. Yeah, because 911 used to be on it also.
But,
Yeah.
according to the county attorney in the conversation that we had for the sheriff's department, at least law enforcement, it's up to 86 hours.
In a 2-week period.
In a 2-week.
Oh, is it
period.
86?
Yes. And then EMS is
I don't know why I was
different
thinking
because it
84.
depends on their 24-hour schedules, but that was the conversation that we had. Not to like.
No, you're fine. You just walked in, here's our county attorney.
So, we had that conversation earlier this week, because I'm trying to,
Yeah.
I need to change their schedules too, so.
John, you walked in late, so what I was talking to them about is changing the handbook so that we can schedule jail staff on a schedule that runs 44 hours 1 week and 36 the week before. So that it equals out to the 80 hours in 2 weeks, but just want to, and I'm not asking them to change it today, because I'm going to try and get them some information on it.
I don't know if that extends on the Fair Labor Standards Act, if that extends on into jailers or just actual law enforcement, and fire protection, because there's two different standards.
I mean, because the way the handbook reads now, I mean, that's still gonna be 40 hours. See, I was thinking, or 80 hours.
Right.
I was thinking over, more than 80 hours. But like,
The problem is anything
anything
over 40.
over 40, and that's a wage law.
That's-
Like, that's not.
Right, that's through the Wage and Hour Division under the Fair Labor Standards Act of the U.S. Department of Labor. So, unless it falls into that caveat of law enforcement.
Well, I personally don't see why a jailer wouldn't be considered law enforcement, because they're,
It won't matter what you or I think, it only
I
matters
know,
what the
but-
definition is in that.
So
that
if
law.
you can just work with John and
I'll
get
take
the
the vote.
answer on that, and then we'll know.
Okay.
Or your sheriff, John, Sheriff Association, that's something you guys can do
maybe
offline.
if you could check it out, maybe shoot me
Yeah,
an
check
email or
on your end,
something.
Maybe through Sheriff's Association, if they have anything, I can look myself.
Okay.
But
Yeah, seems simple, but it's not.
I know, I understand.
Nothing.
Great idea, but,
All right, thank you.
Jason Edwards is not going to be there.
So we put him in?
Yes.
So,
Would you like to come up and introduce yourself and tell us what you're here for?
My name's Bob Hollenbeck. I sent a letter a few weeks ago about an address problem I had close to Dillsboro on Highway 50. And I didn't really need much of your time. I just wanted to thank you for giving your attention to it, because I know when you come up against the way things have been for a long time, you don't always encounter a kind ear or get a fair shake in the matter, because it interrupts the way people are doing business. So I thank you for giving it your attention. And I'm sure people don't come in very often and say thanks for doing what you do.
yeah,
So.
appreciate you coming in.
I do appreciate it. It was a good email and everything that was sent over to us. Ted Brinson's going to be here at 2:15, and there's some folks coming in here at 2:45 that have the same issue you have, but from a different perspective.
Right?
They called me, I'll tell you now, so if you don't want to sit around here and listen to me talk all day, but they need the address because they can't get insurance on their buildings.
Yep.
They need an actual address to put insurance on all their buildings that are not attached to it. So that's why they're coming in today to talk to us about, but it was a different scenario that I wanted to pass along to you that,
Can you say your last name?
Sure. HOLLENBECK.
Thank you.
so that would be that. I do appreciate it. We are, I think, looking into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to work in county and city government in another states, so, and it was when they were addressing stuff, so I know a lot's changed since 1991, and I imagine that has a pretty big bearing on why it was written that way. I mean, probably nobody even thought at that time that it would matter. In fact, I'm not even sure that anybody even foresaw that, that there was that people were going to be saying, I want to address some separate building. I think
Yeah.
they were concerned themselves with the business of addressing the whole county, and they were saying, we're not going to address your chicken coop, we're going to address your house, so.
All right, thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in,
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. More than welcome to hang out with us if you want.
Thank you.
So there'll be some other things regarding this issue later today, so.
Lisa has something for you guys also, so instead of at 3:15, her coming in, when I told her, can you want me to go ahead and call her in?
Yep.
Sure.
You want to go ahead
Just
and
letting you know.
and have Kyla come up, and she can come after that? You want to go ahead and just have Kyla come up, and then Lisa can come right after her?
I think
Or
the
you-
challenge comes
Yeah.
in as they.
Go ahead,
live
Kyla,
in
if
Ohio.
you're ready.
I asked him, he said it shouldn't be no problem.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, welcome.
I sent you all an email, just regarding, I was gonna try to present it, but I know that Becky's not here, so I'm not gonna try to do that in the grand scheme of things. I just wanted to reach out, during my transition, while Will was still director and I was training, I actually got to witness Will and one of our dispatchers take a call for a very bad wreck, on August 29th. And during that call, one of our dispatchers followed protocol to the T. However, the civilian on the phone went a step further and pulled somebody out of a vehicle while it was on fire. That person was very severely injured, but they went out of their way to do that. And I noticed that we don't really have like a civilian life-saving award. So I kind of wanted to see if that's something that we can implement, at least through dispatch, because sometimes like the sheriff's department may have one, or fire and EMS, but we don't. And I want our dispatchers to be able to nominate, because sometimes in the chaos of things, fire and EMS, once they get there, don't know who pulled who out of where. They're just getting the patient and going. So I reached out to Pulse Point, which is a community app that we have. They gave us a challenge coin for the guy who responded out there. But I'd also like to try to get a plaque, just because I think community ties are important, just period. But if somebody responds to something, he didn't have to, essentially. All he had to do was call. A lot of people typically will just call 911, hey, there's a wreck, and move on. He didn't have to stop. So I think that needs to be recognized, and I think it's important. So I've reached out to, I wanted to try to stay local as humanly possible. I reached out to Chosen Designs, but they do like more than one at a time versus just one singular. So I reached out to an engraving company in Osgood. She gave me a quote and stuff for it. It's not a lot, but I just wanted at least the permission to buy it with our budget.
Within your budget?
Yeah, it's in our budget. It's technically not something that we would utilize for that, but it's not a lot. Honestly, I also don't mind buying it myself. I just at least wanted something, and I think it's important for us to continue to have something like that, an opportunity to recognize the citizens who go above and beyond when they do.
So I think that's great that the person did what they did. So if we present this award, do you think that's going to promote to where more people will be doing that? Is that something we want to promote? That's kind of where I'm going with
That
that.
is
I've
fair.
always kind of been told in the past, if you're not trained on a certain situation, the best thing to do is stay away from it.
Right.
So I'm just kind of curious what the
I-
thought is on that.
I agree. I don't necessarily want to encourage it, and it wasn't encouraged in the call. I would like to emphasize that as well. But I mean, he did it anyways. I mean, granted, he didn't put himself in danger. I mean, he did put himself in danger, but he was not injured as well. But I mean, he pulled him out. It's already also been published to the news as well, at least the 812 as far as I know. I don't necessarily want to encourage it by all means, but I mean, he did it. He did it not from a narcissistic standpoint or anything like that. He did it just because he could. He had the opportunity to pull this person out of the vehicle and ended up saving their life. Ultimately, it took a very small amount of time for the entire vehicle to be engulfed. So in our situation for our county, a lot of our fire departments are volunteer. So getting everybody there to get to the response, I don't know what the outcome would have been if he hadn't pulled him out. So I don't necessarily want to encourage it, but I think it's important to recognize.
Yeah, I just
that he
wanted to
did
bring
it as
that
well.
up. So
No,
I'm
absolutely.
fine with them getting the award. I'm fine. I mean, are you guys fine with that as well?
I was just
What do
going to clarify something for Kyle and for you gentlemen. Number one, Indiana has a Good Samaritan law that basically provides a liability protection for a bystander who renders aid or assistance to someone who's in distress. The standard really comes from basically if the person willfully or wantonly or recklessly or grossly conducts himself in a negligent manner, then obviously that can lead to liability to someone helping. But in general, if their actions are done in good faith, within reason, with no expectation of compensation,
Well, I
they're
also
shielded
believe
from
that
liability.
God puts the right person in the right place at the right time sometimes, so.
Hey,
you
anybody
know
can
what?
be an instrument of God. You never know.
Because I saw blood, I probably would have went the opposite direction.
Right.
Because that's just the stuff that I can't handle.
Yeah.
So
And,
bless somebody's
and you're
heart
not
for
the only
being
person
able
that's
to-
like that either. A lot of, like I said earlier, a lot of people will just call, which I'm not complaining about. We prefer it, but he didn't have to do any more than that.
Yeah.
He could have just called and kept driving and went about his day, so.
When I'm fine with this, I really appreciate you asking.
Yeah.
Appreciate that more
Yeah,
than anything.
especially since I'm new, I'm gonna ask permission.
So on the other side of it, you say you have a way to pay for it within your budget, but don't have a line item for it?
It's-
Do you know how you can make sure that Amy's office that you can pay for that then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, what line item would you pay? Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So you're going to reach out to this person and
Yes.
try to get him to come to the next meeting?
If possible.
If possible.
If not, I would reach out to you three if there's a different day
So
or
just
time.
whenever this meeting is, could you make sure and notify the paper so
Yeah,
they can maybe probably
absolutely.
be here and take a picture?
And
put
and
the
if
paper-
they don't want to come to our meeting
Yeah.
and be involved, at least make sure they go down and get a picture of the newspaper in front of your office.
No,
and
for
that's
sure.
all, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He has actually reached out to dispatch after the fact, so I don't think it'll be an issue contacting him at all.
Okay.
But whether or not, of course, he wants to be in the paper or even
That's
just
true.
come to a
And-
meeting is,
And I'll publicly say I appreciate what the gentleman has
Absolutely.
done.
Yeah.
It's great.
and I'm sure the person that he pulled out of the vehicle does as well. So
Yes. 100%.
that was just my piece on that. I essentially wanted to ask permission before doing, so.
Perfect. Do you have anything else for us?
Not that I can think of unless you guys have stuff for me.
No.
No?
No, thank you
All
very
right,
much.
perfect. Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Jason?
Let's,
Oop.
we're going to get Lisa. We brought Lisa in.
Oh, come on, yep, yep.
I'm like,
Sorry.
"Wait,
I didn't see you there, Lisa. Sorry.
I'm like, you told me to call her.
So did you guys get my email this morning?
Yes.
Sorry about being so late, but, so in August, I was here to tell you that we were a victim of fraud with our main checking account. So we enrolled in Positive Pay, which is just we upload a file to the bank every day, and they check it with our information to make sure what they're getting, someone's presenting is correct. And then if it is, they pay it. If not, then they send us a notice, and then we verify it, check yes or no, whether pay it or not. So now they just sent an agreement, and I sent it to John for him to look at, and he thought I should share it with you, and
Mainly just because it's set up for her signature. I think she has the right and the authority to enter into a contract
Positive Pay service agreement.
that deals with payments, checks, et cetera. But I thought it might be a good idea for you guys to be aware that
I mean, I
she
don't see any drawback from
may
what I
need to
read.
enter
I mean,
into this
I
contract.
mean, it'll be a good program to be in, won't it? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the way it looks to
working
me.
great so far, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't see any issue with it.
so I can go ahead and sign it
Would you
then,
like
or-
us to put it on a form of a motion? Do you feel better with that? Do you care? Or
I'm just here because John thought I should be
Okay.
here, so I'm just here for
But, I
that.
mean, you could certainly say, yep, there's no objection on the part of the commissioners
I'll
to,
make a motion, no objection.
or authorizing her.
all in favor, say aye.
Authorize the
Aye.
sign.
If they authorize the sign, that's what keeps it consistent.
Made a motion
I made a mo-
of no
No, no,
objection.
to authorize, approve her authorization to execute that contract.
Whatever he said made sense, because I seconded it.
Okay,
Sorry, Amy.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
doing that,
no problem, thanks.
Approve authorization. Lisa.
Jason. Let's let James go first now that you're up. I'm just kidding. Come on up. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding.
I'm not on the agenda, so I'm here at your will, so
Okay, fair enough.
whatever you want to do or don't want to do, it's fine by me.
There's a hard copy of what James probably.
I'm appearing on behalf of the coroner's office to discuss the vehicle that we've been talking about. I do not know, when I brought this up before, I don't know where the $15,000 thing came about, because actually the original quotes that we had would have exceeded that, and then the one quote that we had to, for a portion of the upfit was actually going to increase, so it was going to be even more than that. So what we've done is consulted with different people and shrunk this down, and I've got copies of these I'll give to you.
So just to clarify, you say the 15,000, it ended up being more than that? Or you're questioning where we come up with the 50?
If I said 15, it was an error, and I apologize. I don't know where that number came from, but I know that we have kicked that number around for the last.
I thought it was a lower number. It was lower than that, but we kind of said, probably after some stuff that we didn't know about, shouldn't be no more than 15, but I don't think it was ever a written number.
I don't
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And if that, again, if that's where we arrived at
Yeah.
because I misspoke, then I apologize. These three quotes, we'll do everything completely. These three quotes, one of them, the top one, for the gentleman that's doing the bulk of the work, that number, I had him repeat this because I wasn't for sure that I heard him right. I kind of like this. That number may decrease, it will not increase. He quoted one item on there high because he did not have exact figure back on pricing on the material. So the top page, and it's actually a local in-county individual that's going to do the upfitting. The reason for the other two pages, the second page is the quote from Swiss Caps. Nobody in Ripley County makes caps. The third page is a quote from Safety Systems. They are from Richmond, but as a county, we can purchase those light heads at a pretty significant discount under state quantity bid versus him buying them and charging us his price. So we were going to buy those.
So you're talking 15,884.
I got 15,483.
I got 15,483 and 30 cents.
That's what I got.
8825, 5520, correct?
Yeah, that's the total up there at top.
$400 for a backup
No,
camera?
that's included in the 5520.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, that doesn't look like it is.
It does not look that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's a more legible one than they originally gave me. So
Okay, so you got three totals there.
So
All right.
15,483,
rounded up.
30. I'd like some movement, obviously, but I'd also like the ability to work with these people and maybe work this down a little bit. Like I mentioned, the one guy said the one line may be shorter or smaller, not shorter. So I guess maybe can you approve moving forward with a cap on what you're willing to spend? And then we'll prioritize. We'd like to get the vehicle, get the very absolute bare essentials in place and start using it, especially before wintertime. But some of these things are what we consider essential, like some of those light heads are for scene lights and things like that. It's essential in our minds, but we can do without it until we figure it out. If it comes to, try to work it in the budget later on or next year or whatever.
If we do this, what are we doing with the van?
You have told me in this meeting,
We're getting rid of the-
in this
Getting rid
room,
of the van.
that's being sold.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the old caveat here. I want to
Yep.
reiterate that.
so that would go.
Okay, I just wanted to,
And I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think this should happen pretty quick. As soon as you need to get that truck and start getting it going, get it back and get rid of that van, is what I think.
where, Amy, as far as funds go, let's say we were to approve 15.5.
That'll do-
You make it work.
That'll do everything.
It'd save us money, it'd be nice. I
Right.
mean, are you guys opposed to
I would
that,
li-
or?
I would like to, because he mentioned that it may be less, I would like to
Okay.
go back with him, maybe work that down some, and then if it does, that'll be a
I
savings.
just don't think it would be worth the time and effort to pull something out that would save us $800 and have to go through the process next year, trying to find $800 to put it on next year. We need to just do it all at one time.
I don't
Whatever you're-
disagree. but
Whatever you're looking for.
And
Again, I'm here at your mercy.
not much
I mean,
has,
Yeah.
like I said, I've said this before, like, I'm glad to able to be sitting in this position, to actually do something for the coroner's department.
Yeah.
Office.
And
Right?
this,
Like, it's one office in this county, elected office in this county, that does not get much and take much from the taxpayers. And I think it's okay, and it's an essential department or office to have. Amy, if you can tell me what, oh, I'm sorry, just,
And I just,
No, I was just stopping you so you didn't have to say it all, because I'm looking.
when you mentioned that, Mr. Bailey's committed to teaching a class every Monday for the last 6 weeks, and there's 6 more weeks, so he couldn't be here. He can't come on your meetings on Mondays, but he does appreciate all you're doing and sends his mouthpiece to, to talk to you, so.
I'll make a motion to approve 15.5.
So you gonna, she checking to see where the money's coming from, or is that?
Well, we'll
Cause I-
find
And
it
Craig's
somewhere.
okay that we give him the keys to the truck
I know
today?
you say we will find it, but, I mean, we
Well, I-
gotta have it to find it.
Right.
Let her
We'll find
dig.
it.
So you want us to go on a
Yeah,
holding
Craig,
pattern
I
until
think
you
he's got it
figure out
figured
what
out where he goes.
you're looking
Does-
for?
and he's
think
okay
so.
with that?
I think so.
I mean, I think we'll wait till she's ready.
He's-
I do have one more comment I would like to make.
We can't use it until he gets the material to upfit. So if Craig's got to use it for a couple more week and a half, whatever,
Okay.
that's no big deal.
So what I would like to do, since this is a public meeting and there's people watching, we know, obviously, the lights and the cap, this $8,825, can you just go over again what that is for? And that sounds like a big number, but it's
Sure.
not compared to what we're actually getting for it. So if you don't mind telling us what they're doing.
So I'll just, since she's going to go look, I'll just go line by line. The first line there is 0 because that is covered on page 3. That's what we're providing. He just put that in there because down below it says install all the stuff. So he's including that as something that he's installing. But those are from page 3. The power load install is to install the power load stretcher in the back of the truck that lifts. It's the same ambulance cot that we use in the same stretcher cot that we use on the ambulances.
But we cannot use it, and it came out of a.
Yeah, that was one. We have one to purchase those is in the neighborhood of $65,000.
That's kind of where I was wanting you to go with this. I
Okay.
wanted to let the public know that this
Okay.
is a big number, but this actually could have been $50,000 to $60,000 if we wasn't reusing something we already had.
Okay.
So I just kind of
Gotcha.
want, that's kind of what I was wanting.
So that install is $3,500. That's par for, that's actually the same amount we got a quote from another company to do the install. But we are repurposing the power load cot and power load, the cot and the power load system from a previously used ambulance that
Right,
is no longer needed. And those are about $65,000 if you buy a new one.
that's good.
The next line is wiring for all the additional add-ons. Number 4 is a Kushmal auto ejector. So this will have a shoreline to plug in because this has electronics that may discharge the battery over time. And thankfully, knock on wood, usually this truck's not used every day. Sometimes it may not be used every week. So it may be used 2 or 3 times in a day, but then sit for 2 weeks. So this will be plugged into a shoreline in order to make sure everything stays where it's charged. It'll start when we need it and all that stuff. We have that on the van now, but it's going to be important. Build and install the subfloor. So the auto load system, actually in an ambulance, they cut a hole in the floor of the ambulance and it sits in the floor of the ambulance. And that's the piece, electronic portion and mechanical portion that loads the cot in and out, or assists with loading the cot in and out. Obviously, you can't cut a hole in the bed of the pickup truck, so they're going to build a subfloor and then cut a hole in that and install that in that subfloor. Control panel is just a control for all of the different light switches. The next line is transfer radio from van to truck, so we have 2-way radios in the van now. They're going to come out and go into the truck. And then the last line is it says bed lighting. That will be lighting inside of the cab and inside of the compartments on the side of the cab for
Good enough.
work purposes.
Yep.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's a great way to utilize something we have
Exactly.
sitting here that we can't use, and I don't think any of the passengers are gonna complain, so, be
The
great.
only thing that I can see that you guys might be able to do is, I mean, is pay for it out of machinery and equipment, maybe?
Sounds about right.
Buying equipment. I
That's
mean,
what it
if I had to
is.
guess, I don't.
If, I can get the right button here.
Right?
So where did we pay for the UTV out of? Wasn't that,
That's what I'm looking at.
okay, because that was 50, we had 50,000 in it, and we only used it for the UTV, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there, that's what yeah, I think we're on the same page there.
And hopefully we'll sell the van for some sort of value
Exactly.
to get the money back, so.
Is that where you pay, I think we've already done the UTV, that's where you paid for it out of?
That's where we had talked about
Yeah.
paying for it out of.
I'm not sure what that van would bring. Somebody does electrical work or something. I mean,
We'll figure it out.
I've always joked
Let's
it,
see
it's
where-
the same van that the DirecTV people have, except it doesn't say DirecTV on the side of it, so.
I mean, what is that, what'd you say, 2011, 2012? Or somebody said?
The UTV was what, 20?
It is several years old, but it only has 35,000 miles on it.
28,000, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact.
It is several years old, Roger,
Yeah.
but there's only 35,000 miles on it, so
It probably won't bring much, but it'll bring something and it'll be off the books.
Yep.
That's the main thing.
get it off the books.
Yeah.
So if that's where.
Not
we
paid
said
insurance
we were
on it.
Going to pay out the UTV, which is not in my, we just got that invoice. There's only going to be 10,000 left in there afterwards.
Okay.
But we can move some money.
Yeah, can we move it out of maybe one of our building maintenance funds or
Okay.
something?
Yeah, I'll find somewhere.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
We,
But if you guys don't quit spending money, we're not gonna have any money. I'm sorry, I know we need this, I know we do, but like, we've spent a lot of money this year. We
Right,
don't have much left, and
Right.
it's
We
1st
got-
of September.
yeah. Well, what else?
some point it's got to slow down. I keep on saying that every year, like with the courthouse and.
I'm trying to get you some
everything else.
back.
I don't care what you spend the
Yeah.
money that you have in your budget on, I'm just telling you that.
Yeah,
We're not gonna have much, you're gonna have to go, I mean, you're already going to council tonight for 250,000. So,
Right. But what else is that used for, that budget there?
I mean, you can use it for anything, any kind of machinery or equipment that we may need. I'm not
Okay.
stating you can't buy that.
Right, I just want to know what else it's used
There's not enough
for.
money in there, so I'm gonna have to move it from somewhere else.
Right.
To put in
No, we're
there.
going to get to the point where we're going to tell people to wait till next year.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
if they're not
and
project,
it's gotten to the point to where the council and everybody's gonna have to, somebody's gonna have to say, tell somebody no.
yeah.
right.
I don't disagree. This county spent a lot of money over the last
Because
couple
we're
of years.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be broke. We may not be broke, but we ain't gonna be able to be sustainable.
Do I have to give a motion again, or for the 15.5?
Did you get the motion on that, Amy?
The only thing I got was Jeff making the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Very appreciative.
What was
We'll try to cut it lower and get you,
What was the time frame on that? How long do you think it'll be before you have that ready to use?
I need to ask Swiss Caps. They originally told me it would take 2 weeks from the time they got the green light to build the cap, so. And I don't know how long it takes this guy to get the stuff to do the rest of it, but
Okay.
I would think, definitely by Halloween, I would think, maybe
Okay.
2-3 weeks.
So that's what, so we're going to, Craig going to go ahead and give him the keys on to it? Yeah, because it just.
I
sat
think
down
he's
there.
ready, he can.
He probably needs room for his,
I noticed he's been parking out here
Yeah, it's out here.
instead of over here,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I think, just get with Craig and then we just need to get that moving.
yep.
Sounds good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it,
Appreciate
guys. Thanks.
James?
I wanted to make an appearance in case you guys had any questions, and if not, then I can provide you with some updates from EMA. Printed these out. This is what I'm providing to the staff tomorrow night. We have a staff meeting. So if you guys have any questions about anything in particular, feel free to ask.
Thank you.
John, you want to copy this?
Sure. Thank you.
Do you need that to read off of?
Oh, here, she can use that.
You can read off of it now.
Let her get a quick read and I'll turn it over to you.
So you open for questions on this? Is that what you're?
On that, on the.
Okay, so I just see, so under the projects, what is the EMA apparel store?
Okay, so since starting last year, I've about doubled the number of volunteers that we have. And so rather than go out and buy clothes, like apparel for EMA, so if we're working on a scene or something, they can be identified as volunteers. I found a store, like a partner up in Batesville, that can come up with the apparel, and then the volunteers can choose what they want and buy more. So that way, if they want something for colder temperatures, like a Carhartt.
But I mean, that's just a store for them to go purchase.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah, we're not providing them any apparel.
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
I provide it for the paid staff, but for the volunteers, they're able to buy more if they'd like.
So that's pretty much on par for course is to provide it for the full-time staff. They get their apparel provided.
He's got a budget for it, so
Okay.
I'm giving it to him at some point.
Right, okay, all right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure if we're showing up to a scene and the fire department or EMS, whoever's on scene, they see us and recognize, okay, or if civilians,
Okay.
standing by, they can readily identify EMA volunteers.
So the rooftop antenna, so we're going to talk about that, is that, I know it was in the email, so everything, I know Art's going to, so I apologize, I know there was an email, so what you're recommending as well, is going to work well for you?
Yeah, I need to speak with Mobilecom and make sure that it's going to fit any requirements. So if the antenna have a specific distance that they need to be apart, I want to make sure that that model is going to support the antennas that we have, and we're not bunching them up too close together and causing disruptions.
Okay,
Once that's clear, though, that would be a better way forward for both the building and for the antenna.
right. I
And
just
you'll
want to,
spearhead that and make sure that that gets done?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I just want to make sure we ask all the people involved to make sure that they're okay with this before we just tell Art, yeah, do it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I talked to both Art and Craig about cable management, because with the cables just laying flat, they kind of collect debris and stuff like that. And it can cause pooling on the roof, and that's not good for it either.
So when we was on there, we talked like some type of a channel that would run to
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
cable lay in it. So I think there's some options there, but I think all that needs to be included in this.
Yeah, I asked
Yeah.
for that to be included in the quote. I don't think that's very good as an option. I think it
Right.
should be, I think that should be a part of it.
All right, thank you.
Did you, I don't have any questions regarding the update, but I do appreciate that, compiling that together. What do you want to do with this?
That's the burn ban ordinance?
Yep, fire?
Well, we had rain Saturday night.
Yeah, I'm not proposing one.
Okay.
That is more if we have that in place as a standardized document.
I
Then
got
if we
Yeah, that was-
came to that conclusion, maybe it's after hours and we just want an easy way to streamline this, we can have a declaration like that prepared in advance, and then that way it comes to, this is what we would approve. So if you want to go that route, it can help streamline it. The Fire Chief Association did vote to approve this, so they support the contents that are in that.
I would
Campfires?
probably just need to change the dates to blank lines, which
Yeah.
is the way James had it. If you
I just didn't know if you were
able to-
proposing one now. So
That's what I thought.
campfires and other recreational fire unless enclosed in a fire ring. I think that's okay.
That's during drought conditions.
Yes.
Right.
I get a little, I've said this before, I get a little frustrated at stuff like this, that you have to that you have to put something together because common sense can't tell somebody how to burn a fire, but, it looks all right to me. I just wanted to make sure that people can have fire in fire rings in appropriate places, and
Yeah.
per this document here.
Yeah, we just want to prohibit like the open piles, especially on windy days with low humidity and all that. We're not at those conditions right now, but those fires would be more particularly concerning.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to pass 2025 dash what?
Well,
He
it's
wanted-
not really passing, maybe
He's
adopt that as the form to be used.
It's rewritten than it was in the past, or there might not have been one at all. I know Randy Miller had one. I know I had some issues with it at one point because I didn't want to sit here and tell people they couldn't sit around a fire in the evening, a fire ring. That's in here. So if you just want us to approve how it's written, I think we can do that, but we're not approving a fire ordinance.
Right, I don't want to.
Correct.
yeah.
Is that, do you want it an official?
If you could, it's really up to you
Right,
if you
so
want
then,
that to
so
be
going
the.
forward, if you decide if the conditions are favorable for a burn ban, you will let us know, and this will be implemented for a time frame that we
Correct.
choose.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So basically, you're adopting an approved form for that purpose.
Because as it stands, we don't currently have one. We pull up different, like last year, I just pulled up a version of it that was used before. But this one has things that both sides like, from EMA and the fire side, and so if you're on board with that, it makes sense to have a standardized version of it.
So,
The blank lines would also show that at the meeting upon which you adopt it, you'd review it again 2 weeks from there at the next meeting. Is there still a necessity to leave it in place?
so how would this go in conjunction with like the state park? They implement their own, do they, or, so is this pretty much the same as what they use, or do you know that? What the state?
As far as the verbiage included, it should be pretty similar.
Pretty
I
similar.
don't know that it's exactly the same.
So the park does put burn bans on when it, in drought to where they can't have campfires?
That might be a more localized policy by each campground. The state typically leaves burn ban decisions up to the local areas, so they might have, a park-wide policy.
That's kind of where I was going with that. I thought that might be the answer because, for example, the friendship shoot's going on right now, and it would be a nightmare trying to enforce this if there was a burn ban right now. I just don't think we want to get ourselves in that
Right.
situation. So if
Yeah.
so in a situation like that, if it's monitored by the campground, the facility, then they can kind of not abide by the burn
If
ban?
they-
Is that
if-
what we're getting?
If they have a campfire and other recreational fire unless enclosed in a fire ring. So if they have a fire ring, are we aware of any campground in the county that does not have a fire ring? Fire ring could mean a lot of things. Stones, rocks, bricks, a ring.
I think all of that material would enclose it
Yes.
enough to.
So,
fit
and
the
I'm okay
description.
with that. And I'll be honest, I would be dead against it if we were telling people they cannot have fires, to sit around the fire ring in the fall. But I'm okay with that.
All right. All right, I'm good.
Okay, Roger's good.
We're gonna get Roger a fire hose.
Shoot. Yeah.
We can maybe have an ordinance or a motion that says this, we approve the as-written form for emergency burn ban.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And then for awareness, this is for a county-wide burn ban. If it was a local area that was affected more, so like Osgood got the least amount of rain over the weekend, if they wanted to do something, they can do their own burn ban up to the discretion of the fire chief there. This is pertaining to a county-wide one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That would be within town limits?
Correct.
The town can do that? Okay. Any other
All right.
questions for EMA?
Nope, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, James.
Tad, come on up. Look at that, 10 minutes early, Tad.
We even took on extras.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you. That's the amendment to the figure one chart we've been kicking around since, I believe, July. I think you've all seen copies of it already. That was the last one voted on, the last planning commission meeting.
Nine oh.
9-0, and I was there as present, and I agreed with what they did as well.
Do you want to make a motion?
I'd like to make,
Or let me ask you this,
Go ahead.
Roger, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I make the motion to accept.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This is the Exhibit A for the Planning and Zoning Code. More details, you can watch the Planning and Zoning meeting. Right?
Right.
By the
Yes,
way,
it'll be coming down.
we was one chair
He's
short.
sign-
They
he's
had
signing
full
it.
agenda
Do you
on
want
the
it?
planning zoning thing.
Yeah.
We was one chair short. John had to go borrow one from the back
Oh, really?
so that they,
Oh, yeah.
yep. I forgot, I was gonna bring that up, and I did. Thank you, Ted.
And this second one is amendment to the subdivision control code.
Okay.
We've kicked this around for a long time, many years. In the state of Indiana, any split is a subdivision. And up until 1974, every survey was reviewed by the planning commission because it was a subdivision. Well, they got to be so many that they made an ordinance that a survey was just that, a survey, didn't take planning commission approval. Now they've proposed to make two splits or a one-lot rural subdivision, access drive back to it, a survey. Because that's
Say that again.
two,
I'm sorry.
two splits, side by side, less than 10 acres each, is no longer a subdivision, it would be a survey. Or a rural subdivision, which is a lot back off of a road with a 50-foot access drive, would just be a survey, not a subdivision.
Because the subdivision was always defined as
Two
two or
lots.
more,
Lots.
two or more contiguous lots less than 10
Sorry,
acres in
just make
size.
sure I heard
Right.
it correctly.
And according to the state, if a subdivision meets code that cannot be denied, every month we're making people come in here, do a 90-day wait period, get through a subdivision process, it can't be turned down. So we finally decided, let's step it up.
Speed things up.
Yep, make it simpler. More user-friendly, we'll say.
Any questions?
So this was approved by the
9-0.
9-0, so I'm assuming that they did their due diligence?
It did.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't have any questions.
Yep, they did. I was present. I'd like to make a motion to pass this ordinance number 2025. I don't know if you got a dash number or not.
I think John normally adds one, or Tad adds one. Do we have a motion?
Yeah, made a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 You want more than one copy, or just?
Well, just that one original.
Okay. Whatever we can do to make things more efficient.
I was hoping you would see it that way, you know, because it just helps everybody out.
Well, and there's also a presumption that when you're only doing up to 2 lots, you're not disturbing enough ground to cause a problem, create enough hard surface or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty,
It just costs them more money too, because we charge for that subdivision survey.
I just want to give him 2 copies, that way we got it.
Anything else for us, Tad?
Well, I didn't know if you
I
wanted
just
to
need one.
talk about
I know.
the
We're going to do 2, though.
911 situation.
I mean, if
I'll
you
put it in a frame
want,
and
we
hold
can
it.
get into it now. There's somebody else coming in to discuss it at, wherever my agenda's at here now.
245.
2:45. So if you just want to wait and hear what they have to say and then bring in your proposal, I'm okay with that. It'll save you some time. So,
Yep.
I'll come back.
yep, that
Hey,
would be
thanks, Dad.
Yep. thank you.
2:45, thanks. What else can we change over there to make things more efficient?
Been working on it. A lot. It's been a lot of time. Hopefully it does some good.
We got 9:30, do we want to take want to sign paperwork? That's what we could do.
Yeah, whenever Amy's ready, we can sign paperwork if you want to.
But on that issue that's coming up, I did ask, and I said it couldn't come from another state or anything. He said, as long as you have, legal descriptions, all they need. Because I know mine, I don't have to have it at the addresses.
Okay.
Just the legal description of where the location is. And I said buildings or anything.
I mean, I have some questions from John. I think we can get into that a little bit further when this other
Yeah.
couple gets here and bring Tad back down here. So,
Well, I'm gonna take a recess here.
okay.
Oh, we're going to
Use
sign
the bath-
paper.
Take a quick bathroom break?
Oh, is that what you want to do? Yeah, I'm fine.
I'll go this way, I guess.
Hello?
Is it break time?
It is bathroom break, yes ma'am.
What is it?
Bathroom break,
Oh.
I've been in here since noon.
Oh,
Wow. Necessary.
we're not on the docket till 2:45, but
Yeah, I thought you were the shooties, and I think that, are you Donna?
We're Shirley.
Okay, that's what I thought.
we're Shoaling.
Or yeah, Shirley, sorry.
Yeah,
I just
no,
looked,
she said she-
assumed. I just said it wrong, sorry. I have Shirley, but
Yeah.
said shooting.
After
I don't
New
know,
Year.
they must be thinking about me or something.
Okay.
Hello.
So how do we know who's commission, which commission?
So I don't have a name tag today? Hold on a
I
minute.
forgot the.
We'll get it figured out.
That's all right. Just curious.
Because I normally have signs out, and I forgot to put them out. We started earlier today than we normally do.
There we go. So, let me just see here, time, 10:10. Donna Land? Okay, you're next on the agenda. If you don't mind coming up now, we'll just get ahead of schedule here so we don't have to waste anybody's time.
Where do I go?
Right here, just state your name and whatever we can help you with.
Okay. I'm Donna Land. You want my address?
Sure.
8178 North State Road 101, Sunman, Indiana. And I got a water issue. It's not mine, but I inherited it. It's been going on for a long time, the water issue, but it's now over on my property, and it's becoming a swamp for me.
Okay.
I've got pictures.
I'm going to see if I can bring it up on GIS real quick where you're at.
And actually, that address is not the correct address because I own two properties.
Okay.
That was my home address. Where I'm talking about is 8299 North Loop Road, in which it's two properties there, but I don't have the address of that because
It's one property, but two parcels.
Gotcha.
but I don't, yeah.
One parcel has an address issued to it.
Yeah, it does. I decided I didn't need one there.
Imagine that.
Yep.
It's on a whole nother issue.
Oh, I know. I've already,
Trust me, we're going to discuss that when you're done. So,
I've already been there. But I do have pictures. I've got pictures of long time ago, and I've got pictures
so
recently.
let me just ask you a couple of questions because I have a little bit of experience with some of this in the past. So is it in a road ditch?
No.
Behind the house? Front of-
It's in a subdivision,
Okay.
and the houses join together, the
Yep.
properties. Well, long time ago, those people just ditched theirs.
Uh-huh.
And it's been water there for as long, I've lived there most of my life.
Yeah.
So I
I live
know
a
the
half
area.
mile down the road and I'm as flat as it could be, just like that.
Yeah, and it's, and there's no issue there. Which, when I bought my property, the front of my property, there was the neighbor next to me, they decided whoever lived there, they had a ditch going all the way around my property, 3 feet deep. So when I bought it, I filled it in. I put gravel, and I've got a drain going all the way around it. And so I didn't think that would be a problem, that, if it drained, it would go into that ditch. Well, the neighbors have plugged this one end of it up, and now I get the water. And it's getting worse. I mean, I can't even mow.
Have pictures of where they've plugged, where you'd say
Yeah.
they plugged it up?
Yeah.
Can we see those, please?
They're not very good pictures, because
It's okay.
I'm not a photographer.
So is this the same
I take
area-
them when I'm
It's
mowing.
the same area right in that subdivision that the other person has been in here, is just somewhere totally different?
I don't know if we've ever discussed anything on Loop Road. So it's
Okay,
on
right.
101 south of me, between Kruger Maddox and Summon.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's
right.
actually more closer to Kruger Maddox. It's actually, where Kruger Maddox driveway's at, it's the next road that does a U shape.
Loop Road.
Yep.
It's now named Loop Road.
Loop Road, yep, yep.
And it didn't have a name before.
Yeah. So it's what so from a drainage board standpoint, we always ask that you come to the meeting to kind of explain, because it's a $50 fee. What that $50 fee does is, correct me if I'm wrong, John, the $50 fee, you go to the auditor's office, we kind of have you come in to distinguish whether this is within our jurisdiction, so you don't waste $50, okay?
Right.
And you do the $50, and then, John, can you walk her through what the process would be?
Well, basically, what the commissioners have authority to hear is whenever someone either negligently, intentionally, or Mother Nature just happens to block a surface drainage water course, a natural one. That's one that doesn't always have water in it like a creek or a stream. It just flows when the rain's there. And if somebody has, either through just time, leaves, dirt, debris, sort of fills in, and it starts blocking water up that backs up onto the aggrieved property owner's property, or if somebody's placed something there intentionally, you come in, you file that application or petition for removal of an obstruction in a natural surface water course. As Mark said, it's a $50 fee. You basically have to have the name of the person, certified mail of that petition needs to be sent out. But first, the surveyor will go out and look and identify, yes or no, there is or is not an obstruction. If there is, then he kind of will give it a determination, or at least an opinion, as to whether or not that's intentionally put there, or if it's something that just kind of filled in over time. If it's something intentionally put there, the person who put it there, or the property owner, who likely put it there, if found to be that, can be assessed the cost of removing that obstruction. If not, the cost associated with the removal of the obstruction may very well be on the applicant. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
So
There's a hearing that'll be held, and everybody's got an opportunity to be heard.
Okay.
So, is this the address, where the issue is at? I see two homes. And this is the actual 8178 North State Road.
That's
North Loop
mine.
Road.
8178 North is mine, and that's 1, 2, 3 houses. You go north, and my property is north of that.
Okay. I mean, John, does that, if she's saying that it's been plugged?
It's always been that way. I mean, they're down, the name of it, their names are Overmeyers. They have always had water down there, and I don't know what their issue is, and didn't care what their issue is, because it don't bother me. But now It's on my property, and that, I can't, that's wrong.
So, north of you is an Amy Binder,
Yeah,
and then there's
he's right next to my
Obermeyer
property.
That's directly to the north. I presume that home that's there is a rental, I guess? Maybe?
I'm finding several addresses with your name on them.
I know you are.
So which one?
That's the reason why I'm like, which one? But I think I have it figured out. So then that's
Because,
fine.
see, I couldn't give you the address because I don't have it no more, but 82299 is behind it.
Yeah.
It's the, that is my house.
Okay,
That's my rental.
okay.
Well, my grandson's, it ain't a rental no more.
So
That is mine, and then the one in front of it is
So
mine.
I have the GIS pulled up. Could you walk up here and tell me, just take me a little bit of time, show me where, so this is the loop road right here. I'm
Be
sorry.
careful that whoever did the architectural work on this and put that step in here did not know what they were doing.
Well, I
Please
didn't
be
look down
careful.
either, I wasn't paying no attention. Okay, yeah, burnt my
Seen
head.
too many people get hurt. No.
So this is the loop road right here, goes around.
Okay, this is Loop Road, and the actual property is on 101. So, I don't know who that is there. But I'm on 101.
Okay, so where's the property that has the water issue?
It's on 101.
So that's the vacant lot.
It's a yeah.
Okay,
It used to
so-
have a house.
So it would be this one right here, in the middle between these two places?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
okay, all right,
yeah.
thank you.
All right. It's hard to describe something when you don't have an address. I mean,
So, where is the water coming from that appears
Okay.
to be the problem?
This here, let me pull one up here, I can show you. I got a picture. I don't have the one that goes that way. That's, I should have done that today, but I didn't.
So you're saying there's a ditch all the way around that vacant lot that?
It used to be.
Okay, but it's been
And
filled in?
I filled it in with gravel and I put a drain
And
in.
where's the outlet at?
It goes on 101,
On 101? On each side?
all the way around. Yeah, the drain goes all the way around.
So it comes out on each side of your property,
Yeah.
out to the ditch?
Yeah.
So what did they do to impede that?
Okay, now, that, when I put that in there was no issue. I had no issue.
Okay.
Now I have one because their water keeps coming this way. And why? I don't know. That I don't know. But they've always had a water issue back in there. Always. It's always been there. But not on me. And not, like I said, I don't care what they do, but I've got to be able to mow my yard. And it is my land. I should be able to do what I want with it.
With all due respect, I live so close to you to where I can't mow my grass half the year, it's so wet.
Well, that's another issue. Yeah,
It's
half
just
the
flat.
time I can't even mow it,
I know.
right.
I'm-
But right now, there is water standing there.
Wow.
Here's the thing though, if that's on your lot and the flow of water is now blocked, is the flow of water blocked out to the ditch along State Road 101?
Well, that's another issue.
Well,
I mean,
guess-
that's the only,
The ditch goes across 101.
mm-hmm.
It's so deep, you can bury somebody in it. And weeds have growed up in it. And transportation is not taking care of that.
Is that where the water's sitting?
And no.
Okay, the water's
That
sitting,
water backs up, which my neighbor next to me says it's going into his garage, and this year it went into mine. That's a whole different issue.
that sounds like some ditching needs to be updated along 101, which would be an NDOT
That's,
issue.
and I've already wrote a letter to them and told them how I feel.
have you got a response back from them?
Nope, not yet.
Well,
Which, my culvert, as half of it is exposed, and they are the ones mowed it and bent it down and caused a problem, and I want them to fix it.
I just don't know where the,
But the issue is, where I'm talking about is totally different. If I can, I'll pull this up if I can
Yeah, you can look at my computer, one or the other, because I have it brought up right here.
I just
I'm not gonna hit.
did some
If you watch out for that
elevation
stupid
profiles.
step.
Step.
So back in here,
Okay. Let me see where you're at.
see my little pointer here, this is
Okay,
101.
this is my property.
Yep,
And, okay, and my house is back here, and it goes right through here. See, my property ends right here,
yep.
the water problem is back here, is all this.
That's not even on your property.
No, it's not even on my property. And the water just keeps coming to me, and which,
Is it on binders?
Yeah.
it's behind his. I don't know if he's the problem, but it's behind his.
Well, there's a David binder and an Amy binder. So
Well-
that it's between those two properties is where the water's
Yeah,
at?
that's what she says here.
Well, yeah, that's his daughter, she just bought it, but Binder had those two properties.
I mean, they're right beside your two
Yeah,
pieces of
yeah,
property.
they're
So
right
it's
beside.
coming from that direction.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
Did they fill in a yard?
No, like I can,
Looks like they put a bunch of gravel or something in.
I don't know what they've done there.
looks like
I
much fill
can't,
there, don't it?
I don't,
Something.
what'd I do here?
Is that fill or is that
Oh.
trees?
I can't tell.
Right here?
There?
Okay,
Yeah, that'd be true.
let me
Is that a barn in front of
Or
it?
is that
get
brush?
back to where I was. I hit
But
something
with
now, I
the
can't
elevation
find what I'm
profile.
looking for.
That's the low spot. From when I did the elevation, looks like the water runs this way or goes this way.
I'm sure, John, I mean, with
The
my
water-
experience, if, the only way they're gonna drain any of those houses over there is by having man-made ditches. I
Right
know
here.
that as a fact.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not
so this-
sure,
See,
looking at this elevation.
right here is his building.
Yeah.
This is the water that's on my property.
And where, how long ago was that picture taken?
And this one here's been a long time ago. See those tires?
Uh-huh.
You can't even see them now. They had those tires out here. They put tires all around there. And now, this is what it looks like today. Like, well, maybe. I'm not very good at this stuff. You touch something and you can't find nothing.
I mean, wouldn't be surprised if it was a sump pump with a laundry room in the basement pumping out in the
Oh,
ditch.
there's no basements there.
No basements?
Well, my theory is, but I know, I probably know what it is, but I can't prove it, so and it's always, like I said, it's always been around there all my life, so, most of it. And I know what,
So this is the neighbors, she's saying the water's sitting in here but then going to her property. But if she has a ditch,
I don't have a ditch anymore.
I understand that, but there should still be,
There's a
it's a
drainage.
French drain.
There's a drainage tile in the
Yeah,
ground.
it's a drainage tile with
It should be going
stone
to
in
that,
it.
right?
It, no. Well, it could. Because, that ditch that I'm talking about goes up to my property. And it could flow in there.
I mean, it's
But they got,
flat.
it's so overgrown that it won't, you can't get it to drain.
Running back here somewhere. See, this is,
And it's not,
I would almost have to go walk it. Let's see.
I mean, if she files I mean, I guess, I don't know, I mean, what would Jeff French do?
I'm not really sure where the blockage is occurring because it looks like.
okay.
So yeah, let me see what you got here, because if,
See, this here, this is his property right here.
uh-huh,
And which, mine goes right up next to it. And right here is my, don't touch nothing. My property goes right up to that. See all that grass there?
uh-huh,
That is my property.
okay.
And I can't even mow it. You wouldn't even, you would have to have waders to get in there. It stays wet constantly. And
I mean, so is what we have jurisdiction over, let's say you have a ditch and your neighbor said,
I don't have a ditch anymore.
okay, I understand that, but let's say, so you don't have a ditch, but to make up for that ditch, you have this, if they would have went in and go to the end of that pipe and throw dirt in there and fill it in so water can't get to it, we would have jurisdiction to say, you need to remove that.
Well, I think they have. I think they plugged it up, their ditch up so bad that it's overflowing. Like I said, I have never had a problem until recently.
At this
Last
point,
couple
if that's what you believe, Ms. Land, I think about the only thing you could probably do is go ahead and file a petition, let Jeff French investigate it, you know, as the county surveyor. He'd look at the elevations, he'd look at the situation site.
Yeah.
And he's gonna basically determine if there's an obstruction and
Which I know there is.
what he believes the underlying causes to be.
Which, if you just look at it, once you see what I'm talking about.
Well, then it might, then is what we're making the recommendation based on what John said is to go down to the auditor's office and pay the fee. That if you believe that that's the case, then,
You'll get the paperwork
Yeah.
and you'll fill all of it out and then you'll bring it back to us. And you can fill it out here, we don't mind.
yeah,
And then you'll bring it back to us and pay the $50 fee and then we send it on.
Okay.
yeah. Because then is what you're getting for that fee is you're getting the county
Survey.
surveyor to drive out to your house to do his investigation on it. That's what you're getting for your $50. And if he finds that there is,
Well, he's actually gotta find, one, there is a natural surface water course, two, there's an obstruction.
Right.
And three, where's this obstruction coming from and how did it
Yeah.
get there?
Well, and two, if they find out that I'm right, is it gonna be fixed? That's my problem. That's
then
what
we
I
send them a letter to tell them that they need to fix it or remediate
Well,
it.
there would be a hearing if they find an obstruction and the underlying causes for it. And then it's a question about how it gets done.
So have you addressed it with your neighbors? Have you talked to them about it or no?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You don't do that these days.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it's a shame.
No. I don't, well, the one on the corner, no.
You know, but looking at
I don't
which
think
way
they
that
would
the-
even understand.
I was just gonna say, looking at the GIS, assuming it's accurate, and the elevations, it looks like most of the water flows from west to east. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. From east to west, out towards 101.
Right.
And it also looks like maybe at one time that center property line that divides everybody's backyard, looks like that may go from north to south. So,
Like I said, it's just so flat in this area.
But,
Like,
but it's a very subtle
The-
amount of
the
fall
sub-
we're talking about.
yeah.
if they hadn't done that, it wouldn't be doing it. It would be going east completely, west, or rather. It would go,
West.
all of it would go west. It wouldn't be going that way, but if they hadn't put a drainage ditch in there, or whatever they done down there. It's always been water there. It's always.
Well, that's probably gonna need to be somebody that actually physically sees it.
Yeah, to what I'm talking about, you need to look, and once you see it, you'll say, oh, yeah, I see, because it's pretty obvious.
All right.
All right,
Anything
we'll go down to the auditor's office. Hopefully they can get something figured out. I'll drive through there on my way home and see if I can take a gander myself.
Well, good luck on seeing everything, because the weeds are all growed up.
I know,
My property is not, except for where
yeah.
I can't mow, but you're not going to be really able
Okay.
to see. Once you go around the corner, though, you can look straight down, and you probably could see what
Okay.
I'm talking about.
I'll take a look on my way home, but I
So
appreciate you coming in and
Would it help if he brought a weed eater with him? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
well, yeah, you should have brought one of them and waders to weed eat.
it's pretty much what I have to do around my place, unfortunately, in certain spots,
Okay, so I just go down to the auditor's office.
until you want a drainage
They
board.
already have the paperwork ready for you, ma'am.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, you guys have a good day.
Yeah,
Thank you. We could maybe ask Tad Brinson to come down here, so that way, Larry and Janet? Okay, thank you. I'm going to wait until the planning and zoning director comes down so he can hear what you have to say first, okay? Take 5 minutes.
Okay, can I,
Yes,
I'm Janet, and this is my husband Larry, and I've prepared documentation for you. Can I give that to each of you?
yes, please. Sure.
The cover page I will be talking to, so if you can go
Okay.
to the first attachment.
Okay.
And I'm not an attorney,
Thank you.
but I'm a very organized person.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, can you come down, Lily? Okay, thank you. He's on his way.
Just for your information, Tad Brinson is the one that we spoke to.
Okay. And
Ongoing.
they did call me. I spoke with them on the phone the other day, just so you guys.
We
are-
didn't know the proper channels to go through.
Yeah. so.
And Jeff gave us your name. Hi. Let me know when you want me to.
Yep, I'm almost there. This is about half mile south of 50.
Yeah,
Is that about right?
yeah, about right.
On 101?
101, 101, busy today.
That it is.
You know, when she was talking, did anybody think about a septic tank overflowing?
And smell.
It would probably smell.
Yeah, probably would smell.
That'd be a health department, then we would have shot her to the health department. It's just that area, and there's a subdivision in some.
You know where this
Yeah.
property is at? I was looking for this in GIS. Where's it under?
It's 101 South, it's the address that's on there, 101,
So I didn't get anything come up with that address.
774 South State Route 101.
Yeah, I didn't get anything come up with that.
Do you want me to help
But
you?
I
I've
mean,
done it
that
many
might be the
times.
GIS. I've not had much luck with it.
Yeah, here, we'll just go down 101 from the last problem.
Okay, so
Go all the way, actually, if you,
I just pulled it up wrong.
Yeah,
what did you search under?
774.
It's a half a mile from 50.
774,
South State Route 101.
Yeah.
Dillsboro.
sorry, I don't know what I did, Roger. You got a touch screen on there?
Yeah.
No, that's the
What is it?
problem.
Okay, it's coming up there now. I got it.
There are
That's
two.
that's
If you
not-
go to the second tab,
Let me, here, let me take your mouse.
it's under Sigma Trust, Melissa Setzicorn et al.
It's our children.
Where's 50?
It's Sigma Trust, and Larry and I are the grantors of the trust. So the second one should say Melissa Setzicorn. You see that? I'm very familiar with GIS, if you.
So am I. I mean, I'm on the second one and I don't see it. Do you mind if I look? Yeah, how about her?
So this is the property in question.
Okay, it's not south.
So do you
No.
see this lot? Interesting. Well, yes, so see, this is a separate lot that they broke off that she'll explain, and this is where the address is at. They own all this. See this whole square here in the buildings?
Right.
See how they went around the buildings and
So
everything?
what, that's what, yeah, so that's where I'm,
This one pulls up to 774.
that's,
Did you find it?
I got you.
Right,
Right.
that's the problem.
No, I did not.
You get back on the GIS, get the 101.
I was, I'm trying to get back on it again.
So if you want to go ahead and get
Yeah,
started.
right. So Larry and I own, well, Larry grew up on the farm in Indiana, here many years,
Yeah.
graduated. And
Went to
so,
Allen High School.
right. And
too.
so we have an 80-acre farm that was deeded to Larry and his sister upon death of his mother. So now we have two parcels with the same address. We've got 5 generations. Our children and grandchildren make 5 generations on our farm. But the problem that we're facing is the 2 parcels with 1 address. We were working with the Area and Planning and Building Department, Vicki Taylor and Tad, which I understand is here. And we were told, verbally communicated, that we needed to have at least a 950-square-foot structure and a septic system to have an address assigned. And then we requested the documentation. And if you look at the Ripley County Uniform Numbering System, Ordinance 1991-3, passed June 20th of 1991, which is 34 years ago. There was nothing in there about those requirements. So when I reviewed it, it says that the county commissioner, there is the Area Planning and Building Department, that now the county commissioners are over this, not as if you look at the actual 150-19, the county building commission shall act as the administrative office in charge of issuing numbers to houses or structures in compliance with the provisions of this subchapter. Well, I found out that there is no county building commission, that you commissioners now are over this. And then on B, the administrative office may establish written guidelines to use in implementing this subchapter and may amend such guidelines from time to time. And again, I think the important thing is here is this is 34 years ago. The farm is not what a lot of people are doing now, hobby farm. This is not a hobby farm. We actually live in Cincinnati and other places, and our farm is very important to our family, and we have no intentions of building a home here, but we do come out and enjoy the farm. We work with a farmer for our land. Larry bush hogs, Larry, our sons, our grandsons take care of the farm. Then, if you continue and look at this, the other issue that is arising is there's no accurate, we have our own driveway now. So there are 2 driveways with the address of 774 South State Route 101. So in case of an emergency, time would be of the essence. So if they went in the wrong driveway and we're out in the fields, again, time would be of the essence. The delivery of goods and services could be delivered to either them or us, and it could be the wrong one. We cannot acquire property insurance with 2 parcels, 2 different owners, having the same address.
We've got a lot of buildings with equipment.
Farm equipment. We have got the barn from 1858. We've got a hay barn from 1858. And we just can't understand why. Then let me add one more thing. A post office box, normally your mail would be delivered to your post office box, correct? So I went into the post office in Dillsboro and I asked the question, I said, she knows the family, the person in the post office knows the family. She knew Larry's mother well. And I said, so let me ask this question. If you've got a piece of mail that does not have a post office box number on it, it has the street address, and she says, oh, we send those back. I said, okay. She said, but let me tell you, I know the family, so I would put it in the post office box. Well, that's not acceptable. That may be our mail, that may be the other owner's mail. So it's very confusing. And you know, we have people working at our farm, and you give them the address, and they pull in the wrong driveway. That's not good. So we are asking, we think that we're in extenuating circumstance here. And I heard the lady before me talk about addresses as well. So what we're asking is that, that you make an exception or you review the current ordinance. When reading that ordinance, there's a lot of things from 34 years ago that have probably changed for the county. So I guess I would ask you, what other information do you want from us to be able to offer a solution?
I want to show him here.
And what the
but I'm
next
not
step
trying to
may
be
be.
rude.
We have, the farm was separated, the parcels are 2 different parcels, same address, 2 different last names, and we own the majority of the original farm. We do not own a house.
70 acres.
We have 69 point something acres, she has.
So the farm that you're talking about, there's all these buildings, there's no place to live in any of them?
No.
They're all equipment buildings.
Okay.
Farm buildings. Yeah. Which should not make a difference. I mean, why would it make a difference if there's a house there?
I just wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just asking you the
curious.
questions. I mean, would that make a
So
difference
where
if there's a
where-
house?
So you have a driveway now that's not?
We do.
Yeah, you don't see it on the GIS, but that driveway was put in last year, if I'm not mistaken.
It was. We got our deed.
So I go through there all the time, and I noticed the address being.
Right.
They put it right through the cornfield last year.
Yes, we did. We
We're
did.
happy about having to do that.
Yeah, but we needed our own driveway.
Yeah.
And so the driveway goes directly back to our hay barn. And I don't know the process for getting one of the green signs. Does the state provide those, or
So
who?
so you went to the state and they put a driveway, they give you a permit to put a
They did.
driveway in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So they didn't say anything about not having an address, or did they use that other address? Because, I mean, didn't they want an address to have
The state?
Yeah,
Yes, we gave them the 774. It's the only address we had at the time.
okay, so they put a driveway on, so it's still all saying that, they're saying they put 2 driveways in on, or 1 more driveway in on that address, okay? That
Right,
makes
yeah,
sense.
we didn't have a choice at that time. We had just gotten our deed, and we wanted our own driveway. We're at our farm on the 70 acres once a week, at least. The other owner lives in Baltimore, Maryland.
And we live 40 minutes away.
Yeah, so that's the reason we don't have a house. We go back and forth.
Kind of like a lot of the residents drive to Cincinnati to work.
Yeah, right, yeah. So,
So ultimately, based off of our conversation, you guys want an address.
Right.
Put a green sign out there so 911 knows who you're at. Tad, what's the problem with that? And if there is a problem, what are the problems and how can we fix it? Because this is the second request we've gotten. And last week, we had a gentleman here this morning, or been a long day already, this afternoon, that was asking for the same thing. I mean, if they want to sit down and you want to come up and give me the pros, cons, is it just the way it's always been? What can we do here?
That's the way it's been since 91. Farms, sheds, and outbuildings not used for habitation or business, so not be numbered. That's what the ordinance says.
What's the purpose behind that?
So,
That's in that email I sent you all.
so now let's back up a minute. All right, so that's been since 91.
Right.
So we asked John to look at it and revise that, and he said he would have that for us next meeting. So we're going to have a recommendation next meeting on what we're going to do about this exact situation. So, I mean, you're addressing something that we started the last meeting with somebody else, so.
I didn't do any work on it yet because
Well-
of the responses and the history behind it. And I guess the question is, if we are going to change it in any way, shape, or form,
No, I'm asking you to change it.
Right, so Tad
It's
sent.
that simple.
So Tad
We're
sent
taxpayers.
his issues, why it was done that way, and we read those, and we read them, and we agree, hey, those were some issues. But we're relying on John to come up with a new ordinance.
Or revised at least, yeah.
And we will talk about that and figure out a way going forward, because like I said, we did agree that there's an issue. I agree, I think you should have an address.
It doesn't make sense for us not to.
But I mean,
It's-
I think there, and I'm okay, and John, listen, hear me out, and you guys hear me out, because I'm all about debate, and I think out loud. So, I also think that, if you're gonna get an address, it's required that you have a sign on the property that
Correct.
clearly states where that address is.
Yes,
And if we have to put a caveat in there because someone's worried about a house trailer being pulled in, then we tell Tad Brinson he's got to drive out there every 5 years to make sure that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's your oversight. Because that was the concern, is that, if someone has an address, the next thing you know, squatters show up, or next thing you know, that trailers show up.
And that's not going to, you're saying, I see you're shaking your head going, no, that's not going to happen, and it probably won't on your farm, but in another situation,
Yeah.
it could happen.
what's wrong with the house trailer is my question. I mean, there's a lot of people that live in house trailers.
Nothing as long.
Nothing.
as long as it goes in through a permitting
Yeah,
process.
And the proper sewer and stuff like that
Okay,
stuff.
I got
Yeah,
you.
from an environmental standpoint.
I got you, I got you.
Because I can guarantee one thing, if you guys build a house on there tomorrow, Tad might not do anything about it, but the county auditor will
Yeah,
find out that you
right,
did it.
yeah,
Or the assessor.
Right.
She's gonna find out that you did it, because she's got an aerial view of your house, or
Yeah.
property. But-
Well, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, fortunately, we worked with the county in getting, Jeff French was amazing, helping us get this all settled. It was very ugly,
Yeah.
and not from the county's perspective, but from a family perspective. And this woman said she doesn't talk to her neighbors, so neither do I. It's
No,
not,
just kind of to let you know, I mean, we recognize that you have an issue.
Yep.
And John is going to work on getting an ordinance, and we're not sure how it's going to be yet.
Okay.
But we are looking at amending the ordinance, and we will discuss that when he brings us something to look at, and it'll, something.
is that a public meeting?
Yeah, it'll be whenever.
We'd like to be notified when
So
we have that meeting.
we're initiating the
Okay.
process, so we're asking the Planning and Zoning Board, which is not us, correct me if I'm wrong, John, to reevaluate this portion, and what they will do is they will discuss it,
think
or
it's
do
up
we
to
make a
us.
it's 100% up to us.
I think so.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think John.
Is that clear?
I understood it. John was going
Okay.
to kind of look at it.
Then
and come
I
up
say
with
you
something.
we need to change it to say you issue an address, but you have to have a culvert and posted for what the,
You may want to add some stuff like that to it if you're looking to change it. This does say houses and structures, so I'm not sure if structures has that always been interpreted as a house, Tad, you think? Or
Yeah,
that's the
and-
way they were doing it before you? Okay.
that's a
I mean,
case,
our
does
language
it even
may
need to
be
be
okay
changed?
the way it is, maybe we just need to clarify it so that nobody's stepping out. And then if you want to have more that are a permitted driveway or a driveway cut permit either from NDOT or from the county highway department, appropriate sign marking for the address to be given, be posted on a post or mailbox, depending on what you have there.
Correct. We'd like to have one of those green signs.
Many should not allow mailbox. If there's no house, no mailbox.
Right, but they could have a post, I think, that
Can't you have a
that
mailbox?
With the
provides the
address.
signage, I would think, but
What did-
when I said that, I was speaking dual term.
Oh.
Like, either this, if you have a house, or
Can't
this,
you have a
if you
mailbox?
don't, so. Okay, I mean,
If you own the property, why can't you have a mailbox?
If there's no house, there'd be no reason to mail it.
That's not true.
Tad did research on the surrounding counties, what they did, and all of them did not give addresses except for one would do a sign of paper that, or something, of some sort.
And what would that, what did that, because, I mean, I
What county-
understand, there's,
What's the county that, what Whittinger's in? Lawrenceburg?
wonder what that consists of, do you know?
Tad,
I can get the form from them.
Dearborn
Okay.
County has
So dear,
a form they fill out.
Yeah.
Saying there'll be no mailbox. There's no resident there. This is for 911 purposes only.
I don't understand why would it matter? I mean, if you have a mailbox and nobody sends you mail, there's no mail going to it, but if you're going to be there for a couple weeks and you want somebody to send you mail, why wouldn't, I don't understand this mailbox thing. Unless there's,
That's what Dearborn County says, if there's no house,
Well-
I mean, no mailbox.
so, so what, so I'm going to throw another one out there for you. So you got a farm that has a farmhouse on it and it's tore down. Do we pull their 911 address? And they no longer have a 911 address?
Now, if they come back to rebuild, then it's reestablished.
So we do actively pull 911 addresses if there's no,
How do you know that there's not a house there anymore?
Well, mostly because they burned down.
They burned down, or
So,
the alternative
I would like
is,
for you to go to your office and ask me if there's a 911 address off this loop road. I don't know. Because there's so many houses that are tore down, burnt down. Like, I mean, I know one, I could spend all day looking on this. I guess at the end of the day, Tad, if there's a reason why we're not doing this, give us the reasons why so we can make an educated decision. It wasn't good enough for me.
Well,
And like I told you in the email, you all do what you want, I'll
Yeah,
follow it.
okay,
I don't care.
okay.
I'm not fighting you. I'm
Okay, I got you. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to be apprehensive towards you either. I'm just saying, John, we need you to write something up to resolve this issue. I think it's time to upgrade that document. I don't care whether there's a mailbox there or not a mailbox there.
well, furthermore, when you call the department and they tell you that it has to be a 950 square foot structure and a septic tank system and house plans, that's nowhere in this ordinance.
in the zoning code.
Well, I asked for that information, it was not sent to me. I said to Vicki Taylor and to you, provide me the information that says that. And it did not say, this is what I received. Well, this is what I received.
so when do you think you will have something ready, John?
Hopefully by the next meeting.
So the next meeting is
29th.
the 29th, will be the next
at
meeting?
8 o'clock
And
is
he
when
will
it
have
starts.
some-
I can't promise you when they will discuss
Yeah.
that. I will not
Okay.
be in that meeting, Danielle will be here for me.
So normally the first hour and a half, 2 hours is the people that are here.
How would I know whether there's a 911 address at an address?
So I think there'll be something then. So if you want to come back to that meeting,
8236 North Root Road. Is that a 911 address? That is a vacant lot.
Well,
With
that's
a-
not North Loop Road, that's 101. Loop Road's back here.
Because that's the address for the lady where she lives at.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the two primary items is one, the 911, because we're out there, my family's out there. we're
He's out
trac-
bush hogging
We're tractors in the
properties like
fields
this.
and doing, get hurt. Got to call 911, they're going to go to the neighbors. Okay?
And the delay.
And number two, we can't get insurance on our buildings without an address. Now, that's a major one.
It's major.
I've got thousands of dollars worth of farm equipment out there and in the buildings as well.
And he's already rolled one farm tractor with a broken leg,
Well,
so we
be
don't want to do
careful
it again.
there. Too many hills over there. See, they got hills where they're at. I think we're moving in the right direction. I mean, if you guys want to be a part of it or be here when we do it,
Unfortunately, Larry's getting a hip replacement,
Okay.
and on the 29th, we won't be able to be here.
But
That's not
I
the day of
think-
his surgery, but
We could wait and hold off to the following meeting.
yeah, I mean, if you want to be, I just think we need to get something done.
well, maybe
next month
myself
or
and
so.
my daughter could come.
What-
Actually,
If they want to discuss it at the next meeting, you want to give a little more time to, if you want John to write it, and then if you guys got changes to
Yeah.
it after he writes it,
Let-
we could approve it on the 10th.
Let's figure October 10th,
That's the next meeting.
and that way
yeah,
I can probably try to get it done, have a dry run on it, discuss a little.
Yeah,
and if you want to pull Dearborn County, whatever they have
Well, I
people
think
to
I'd like
sign.
to see what Tad worked on and looked at and stuff, and.
let me make a note on Dearborn
Get that
County.
figured out.
We have a friend that bought acreage from a farmer in Dearborn County, and he was able to get an address with no structure.
Well, I think that Tad said that you
Yeah,
would
you
do
can
that.
do that, but you can't put a mailbox up.
Right.
In Dearborn County.
We don't need a mailbox.
I'm not sure why.
I don't care, I don't know the difference, honestly, but like I said, I think if we're gonna, in the light of doing this for 911 purposes on
Right.
showing up, if we're gonna issue them and not put a sign out there, then then that doesn't make sense. The insurance thing is very important.
Really important.
I don't know why that is.
I don't either, because my insurance covers every piece of property I own with my one address, my mailing address, and I don't live at the other stuff. So maybe your insurance.
I've got the letter in there from the.
Yeah,
I understand
It might be because
that.
you live out of state.
I was gonna say,
That's
it might
what-
be because they live out of state.
Right, maybe they won't cover anything. in
I
Indiana.
asked
Well,
that
I'm sure there's
question, that
reasons.
the insurance company we deal with, or I deal with, says that even if it's out of state and structures.
Do you
I
need
asked
these
them.
back?
No, those are for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you very much. We were. like I
Thank you.
said,
Appreciate it.
Appreciate your time.
Yep.
And one other thing, until this is resolved, if you're out there, have an emergency, you go dial 911 on your cell phone, it locates where you're at.
Sometimes. I've had 2 cops show up at my house from 911 calls. I'm just
Those are
saying,
called
and they work-
pardons.
They work from my house.
So,
Sometimes they show up at your house.
Just let me know what you need. We'll follow it.
and I hope one of these
Thanks, Ted.
days, somebody in your family does build a house there and stays in our wonderful community.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Our
I
family is
said
at the farm a lot. We are at the farm a lot, but
Yeah.
our children are in their careers.
Yeah.
You know, they've got children, teenagers that are in sports activities, but, you know, I'll give you, for instance, I know you've got other people, but the eclipse, we had 60 people there for the
Yeah.
eclipse because it was directly
Yeah.
there. It was unbelievable.
Awesome.
All right, thank you.
Well, thanks for attending our meeting. It was
Yeah.
nice talking with you on the
Thank you,
phone.
you too. Appreciate all your help.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You know,
Good luck with
At some point, you just got to change
Yeah.
with the new
things.
wheel.
Well, he's got a rod in that same hip that he rolled the tractor, so they've got to take the rod out through the knee,
So they can put
then do the hip.
artificial hip in.
No, no.
So, yeah, we're not in for fun.
Yeah, do your physical therapy religiously.
Not looking forward to it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yep.
Amy, is it your department that I would call, we've got a lot of.
All right, next on the agenda. Art.
That's fine, it'll be on the 10th, and then
Art.
if something can't, if you can't get to that meeting, you can call that afternoon to see what was approved and what wasn't.
Oh, my daughter and I might be.
And,
Recommend calling that day, because usually Friday afternoons are crazy.
and if you can't attend the meeting, these are on, if you go to the county website,
They're streamed, live streamed?
they are live streamed. You're more than welcome to do that approach, and we can, if you want to call me.
I know.
Yeah, if you want to call me afterwards to discuss it, or one of these two,
Okay.
we can do that. So,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Yep. Thank you.
Art, Vergy, right on time. We win
We
some,
lost out on 10 minutes.
We win some, we lose some. Greg, are you hurting?
Fit as a fiddle.
I hurt from top to bottom. I water skied too much this weekend, for the first time this year.
Probably are sore.
Legs hurt, arms hurt.
Ibuprofen works pretty good.
How you doing?
I got other stuff. No.
Oh, do you? Okay. I bet you do. How you doing, Art?
Oh, there we go. Okay. So before we get started, because this is something I don't want to forget, Amy, have we heard back from that Reedy group or whatnot about the,
I sent that a long time ago, Mark, by email.
I did.
was the only one that responded.
and I forwarded to him, I forwarded and copied everybody in and said, what's this going to cost us? And I talked to Rick Anderson, he's going to cover it.
I didn't get that email,
Oh, okay,
so you must have just sent it to Rick.
okay.
I had no idea about
So-
any of it.
No, I did reach out to Rick, and he
Yeah,
said that
and
he
the guy
had some
from Rudy
communication.
reached out to me And I just don't think it's my responsibility to have to fill out all that solar paperwork, and I don't feel like we have to pay 3D.
We're not paying it. I made it clear to Rick Anderson, we're not, because no one sat down and told us, like, this is your responsibility. Like, no one said that. We just assumed, and I've had just about everybody on our county council call me about this $75,000. And I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of people upset around here if they don't get that $75,000.
And this isn't
So,
Art's.
this is not you, Art,
This is your problem.
and I need to figure out, maybe I'll call that individual, but Rick Anderson also told me he would reach out to them, and then,
I got the email
Okay.
from
So-
the guy from Reedy.
So is Verigy going to do the paperwork for Reedy?
it was under our, if a financial group has to do it, then I'm not paying them to do it when I assumed I was getting $7,500,
I know,
75.
they want me to do it.
Well, it's not your job either, Amy. That's the point is, it's not your job. No one was under the impression that this was our responsibility.
Nobody from the county
Do I
has
need
been
to
doing
talk to
that.
Rick about the paperwork?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's the reason why the Reedy name came in, is because they were gonna do it for us.
I know, but then the Reedy group contacted me. That I was to do it, they were gonna help me. That's what that email said, that I forwarded you guys. Roger was the only one that responded to it.
Well, I responded back to him and said, I need to know what this is gonna cost. I didn't know that there was additional work for you.
Well, if you would have read down below, it stated, Amy, call me and I'll help you get this figured out.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk to Rick about the
like I said-
paperwork. I mean,
I'll be honest, I had 3 people on council call me since our last meeting about this.
Because they're talking, I mean, from what I'm hearing, there's a discussion on if we don't get that $75,000, there's going to be a breach of contract and pull that project. That's where we're considering. Yeah.
So, and I spoke with Rick, I just haven't heard back. So anyways,
now, I told him, I did invite him to this meeting today, and he had called me on Friday. He said he had spoke to you and things were resolved.
told him to fix the problem. So that was 2 Fridays ago.
Do you want me to schedule him for the next meeting?
I mean,
Might be a good idea if we
Yeah.
don't.
I mean, because I've not heard back from,
Would have been here today.
yeah, because it was not,
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke with him 2 weeks ago, and nothing's happened as far as between the Reedy Group or any of this other type of stuff. And like I said, the pressure's on us and everybody that this is not our responsibility. And Rick said that, well, this is what every other county and municipality does. Well, this county doesn't borrow money, so I don't have a financial or a bonding agent here. We don't have one.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'll let you, there's my, for the day.
So Rick said that the bonding agent usually fills out the paperwork?
Yes. And we do not have a bonding agent or anyone here that does that. Ripley County does not borrow money.
Did you send that email or text?
I responded to all in text, I thought, or an email, I
Because
thought.
I thought
Now
you
get
said
guys-
Rick said he was going to take.
And then
care.
Rick told me he was gonna take care of it, so that's the reason why I thought maybe he was calling the Reedy
I
group.
think another thing that could be done as well is an email chain. I think that would go a long way,
All right,
is
cool.
to include everybody in the email chain.
We'll get that.
Oh, you tried that?
Yeah, we'll get,
Was I attached to it?
No, just
Okay.
the 3 commissioners and Rick and the guy from Reedy.
Okay.
I mean, I still have the email.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk to Rick again today, and maybe we can start an email chain, or we can have a meeting, or he
Yeah.
can come to the next commissioners meeting. I mean, we just need to get it
yeah,
resolved.
I believe I just told him he didn't, I believe I told him he had to be here, just fix the problem. So, and I might have missed something along the way, but I can do that, we can do that. But, like I said, I'm not frustrated with Verigy or Rick or anything, because he acted like he's fixed every problem that's come up. I don't have any confidence, or any lack of confidence that he's gonna take care of it. I just know that there's pressure on us and me and from council about that, so.
Okay. That's a pretty big concern. All right, well, we'll get started with the meeting. Project summary, architectural punch list. We only have a few remaining items. I followed up on Friday. One of the major items left is, and I've been on them to fix in the women's restroom, the partition headrail is flimsy at the handicap location. They told me they had it fixed, but when I was on site Friday, I reviewed that, and it's not fixed. I think under the women's restroom, under the sink, there's a couple excussions. They need to put some grout around the excussions. The excussion wasn't big enough to cover the grout, so, or to cover the hole that they left for the piping. So they looked at adding some grout that we have in stock in the basement. I think there's a bag, partial bag down there. So we'll try to get that done. Let's see, so I had our painter on site last Friday. He reviewed, we talked about the metal doors. We verified that they were prepped properly and they were primed. And matter of fact, he even showed me the primer in the mechanical room that they used on the doors. And he did go out throughout the building and touch up the doors. But at the end of the day, he pretty much said, well, we can't really do anything about damage. So when somebody comes along and with a ring, hits it with a ring, or I don't know, a suitcase or a briefcase, or I don't know. I don't know what's causing the damage. So. Other than that,
So did they actually show you that the paint they used was applicable to the primer that they used? Did you dig into it that deep?
yeah, Craig was with us. That's what I told him. I said, well, we got to find out what the issue is. I mean, did you guys not prep the doors properly? And he's like, oh, we prepped them, we scuffed them, and he took me in the basement, and I took a picture of the primer that they used. And I assume that they prepped and they did everything they needed to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between hitting something with a suitcase or a hammer and taking your fingernail and flaking paint off.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's two wide discrepancies there. So that's why I was just curious if we looked at the actual MSDS sheets to see if the primer they used was an application suitable for the paint that they used.
Well, you know what, I can get.
And if I'm not mistaken, that a lot of these issues are stemming from the steel and metal doors, right?
Right, yeah, and I can't tell, I can't tell that they have primer under that paint, so I don't know, did they do have?
The white that you're seeing when the black paint comes off.
That is the primer, okay,
Yes.
all right.
Those
Yeah.
doors were a brownish,
Okay.
pinkish color.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
I mean, I'll request the paint
I
stuff.
thought the ones that were scratching, I don't recall seeing any primer underneath it, especially white. So maybe it's just a couple doors didn't get done.
Well,
Can you go and review the steel doors and, because I mean, we were in there and it was the steel doors that was the biggest problem, and I didn't see any primer, did you guys?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it either.
Yeah,
I
I didn't look the last time I had to go, but I don't remember, I just remember it, I could take my finger and flake paint off, that's all I remember.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and we looked at the door, I think probably the main door was on the first floor in the restroom. I think somebody said that it had gotten hit with a wheelchair. Somebody got into it with a wheelchair and knocked the paint off, and
I mean, that's, okay.
but I can request a submittal of the paint that was used along with and I do have the primer. I'd have to go back through my submittals to see if I have a submittal for that type of primer, but yeah, we definitely don't want to leave an issue with paint flaking off. I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay.
So we do have a new window pane, I think, coming this week for the probation area. Kind of an ongoing thing. We found the person in the room found a small, teeny tiny little chip in the glass. We reviewed it and looked at it. We had a glass company come and they've ordered a window pane, so we're going to replace that window pane. So hopefully this week. They were supposed to do it last week. I think that the window wasn't delivered, so hopefully I'll follow up and make sure they're coming this week. The mechanical insulation repair throughout the building is ongoing. I'm going to be honest with you and transparent, I rejected their repairs. I was on site 2 Fridays ago with the mechanical contractor to review the repairs because they said they were completed. I rejected them. They gave me pushback and told me that was industry standard, and I said it is not. So last Friday, I had our architect engineer on site to review the issue. They said, no, it's not the industry standard. So they're preparing a deficiency list. At that point, we'll present that to the contractor, and I'm going to give them so many days to fix it. And then along with, we're probably going to have to schedule Craig for some more Saturdays. So I don't know what other day of the week we could possibly make the repairs other than a Saturday or Sunday or after hours. So.
So when you say schedule Craig, just to have access to it? Or
Yes,
does-
so
you know,
I think Craig has to be in the building for certain areas to be accessible,
Okay, all right.
unless there's another person that's,
That's kind of what I was getting at, if we know, I mean, there's a situation where we could have somebody else from the area come in. I mean, because I just don't want to tie up Craig's Saturdays and Sundays.
I completely understand with that. I
You know,
completely
I
understand.
mean, you know, and honestly, if I needed to come up here on a Saturday to unlock a door so they can work on something, I don't care to do that. So I will sign the sheet, make sure that they get it, I get a sign that says the door got locked back.
Yeah, that's what I was worried, because, you know.
So anyways, yeah, we'll figure something out.
So I submitted the expense to the mechanical contractor for Craig's time on all the Saturdays. I told them they're responsible for paying for that, so I'll follow up with that again. And I also
And that
told
was
him,
all the Saturdays that I sent to you, correct?
Correct.
With a copy of his timesheet?
correct.
Okay, I was just making sure.
And then,
Do I need to do that going forward?
yeah, so I can, I think with your expense, I might be able to project, hopefully I can project how many more Saturdays that we need. I'm thinking maybe 2 to 3 more Saturdays. I think if they came in and did a Saturday per floor, that would be 3.
If
So-
I'll just wait, I'll wait at
Okay.
least 2 weeks and then I'll reach out
Okay.
to you and Craig and see. And then I'll do the 3rd week if I need to, or 4th, whatever.
Yep.
But as we discussed, I mean, with Craig being the only person, we might have to work around what he personally has going on.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
Craig,
don't wanna have him here.
if Craig's,
Just know too,
if Craig's wife's telling him he has to do something on a Saturday, trust me, Craig's gonna be doing what he's
Just know
gotta
too,
do.
like, right now, it's gonna look like you have a lot of comp time.
Yeah, I know, it'll come
But
on.
once you
yeah.
get paid that time and a half
I
for
know,
being here
it
on that
comes off.
Saturday, then we'll take that off.
Yep.
Okay.
I also, the mechanical contractor is still to supply the tiles, 12 bundles of tiles. They know that they need to provide that. Fan coil unit condensate pump issues, so we resolved that problem, but I think you lost another pump on Friday. Did you lose a pump?
No, it was actually the reservoir it was angled too high.
Okay, that's good. So, and they do have, what do they have, 2 or 3 pumps on hand in case one goes bad?
I
Condensate
think we have
pumps?
an extra, just 1 pump right now.
Okay. So that's something we're kind of trying to work through too. Basement restroom work, so that's still on my list to do, is the partition head rail in the women's restroom and caulk discussion under the sink with grout. Controls, HVAC controls, so we went out throughout the building last week and installed humidity sensors. I think we only have maybe a couple remaining to install. Train was to meet us on site this past Friday. They didn't make it. I don't know what happened. They had a scheduling glitch. So we were tentatively scheduled for this coming Friday, and I reached out today and they confirmed that they would have a technician on site Friday for programming. So we're hoping to get that resolved with humidity. Unfortunately, I think we're winding down at the end of the year, and, you know, I was kind of hoping we'd have these humidistats installed, and so we could know if we still have any humidity issues in the building, but next summer it'll still be under warranty, so.
So with all the issues we're having, when does the warranty actually start on all the AC units then?
Let's see, it would have been on my substantial completion.
I have a copy of it in my office.
Yeah, I don't know if I have that copy in here or not.
So
It would
even,
have been on the first, yeah, it's in my.
so
I
with
think
all
I
the
got the other
issues,
one out in my truck.
with all the issues we're having with what the manufacturer is doing, is that going to be an issue with our warranty running out before it's proven that it's fixed?
I will follow up with you on that.
Because I just kind of feel like if we knew all those things was going on, we probably wouldn't have signed off on that to say that it was complete. Do you agree with that?
That was a concern I had at the
Well,
time
that's-
when we
no,
signed
that-
off
no,
on it.
that's substantial
Yeah.
completion. We still haven't signed off on final completion.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we have a warranty on a working unit that we paid for. If we got
Yeah.
I don't want all these glitches to eat up our warranty period and not really know for sure whether we have a good year of it running with flawlessly.
Yeah.
So for the next meeting, I'll have an outline of the warranty and
Okay.
the expiration dates.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to be patient over there, but I've ran into some other elected officials and folks that are working over there that are like, I know they're working on it, but need her straightened out.
Yep, I'll research the warranty and we'll discuss that at the next meeting.
Thank you, Art.
Jail roof installation is ongoing, so I think our roofer's been coordinating with Michael. The flat work should be completed this week. I think they're looking to start the metal flashings and gutter work. We've got a roof inspection scheduled for the 23rd. And if you have any leaks, Michael, please let us know. Hopefully we won't have any. I'm really happy with the roof progress and just the product in general is what you're doing. Moving on to safety, Craig or Michael, do you guys have any safety concerns? Milestones achieved. We've completed the flat roof work. Work scheduled this week. So we're going to complete those final punch list items. We'll continue to communicate controls issues, continue jail roofing, and I'm still working on the closeout documents. Same for next week. Upcoming activities, jail solar to start. We're hoping to kick that off near the end of the month. Roof inspection coming up on the 23rd. Action items needed. I'm still working to complete a few items with the closeout documents for the Ripley County Inspector. I think Craig brought it to my attention. There's a toilet tank that needs switched out in the women's restroom. Is that right?
Yes.
So I need to follow up with the mechanical contractor, and we'll install the right hand, left, what is it? Is it, the handle needs to be on the opposite side of the wall of the open area? Oh, it needs to be the same as the open area?
Yes.
Yep. Let's see. Action items completed, none at this time, but I do have I have a quote for the antenna and cable tray. One review.
They have a copy of that.
Oh, the submittal? Okay. That's good.
I guess I just didn't see the price.
So, scope of work, of course, mobilize the site, provide and install one ballasted mounting system for the antenna array on the roof system. It's a bared mounting system, 14-foot long horizontal support. They'll provide it, set it up. They'll install slip sheets, ballast blocks to hold it down. And it'll be installed close to the existing parapet wall. Cable trays included. Remove and dispose of the existing wood blocking. Provide and install approximately 50 feet of new aluminum cable tray with a couple elbows as required to make turns. They'll reinstall the cable in the tray. They'll provide slip sheets and rubber roof supports. Exclusions, like, they're excluding structural steel under the building. Shouldn't need any. I mean, we had tons of ballast up there, so that shouldn't be an issue. Removal, reattachment of the antennas to the new antenna rack. They exclude any cutting and patching of the roof. Any additional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, or carpenter masonry, that I can't see any of that being required, so.
So they'll reinstall the antenna cable onto the new tray.
Yeah,
But they're not gonna, who's gonna do the removal and attachment of the antennas in the new racks?
Let's see, we talked to James Coffey, and he said that your contractor that mounted them up there would remove them, take them off.
They'd have to reach out to Mobilecom
That's who,
and talk to them. Just gonna get a hold of, I think the new director down there was good with that, who's gonna get a hold of her and discuss it with them.
But we was going to make sure with this company that the space requirements is correct.
That's why he was reaching out to.
Right, yeah. So what is the timing on this? When does this need to happen? After the roof's done, come back,
Well,
install this, or what's your
actually,
thoughts?
I mean, I'd like to get going on it very, very soon, because there's that one wall that they need to put coping on. And I told him, I said, well, we'll have to wait and do that last. They might have to pull off the job and come back and install that coping. So, but I would like to get it going, because they have to order the rack, they have to get on site, put it together, set it up, and then once I know that date, maybe we can schedule the antenna guy. So that way, as soon as it's set up, then they can be here the next day to.
So how many antennas were up there? There was a lot, I mean,
There's quite a few.
so 14 foot, is this one layer, or is there multiple bars to mount multiple antennas, or? It seems like it covers more than 14 foot now.
I mean, I'm kind of looking at your picture, it's kind of it's just a rack that's, I think it's like 7 feet on each side of it.
So it looks like there's they can mount it on 3 different tiers, so they could put one antenna right underneath another one out in front of
Mind
it?
if I look at
Yeah,
your
yeah.
still?
That's kind
I don't have it brought up, but.
well, I mean,
You have my copy
it looked like there's 3 tiers here, one there
Yeah,
and
so-
one there, so,
So you can kind of see, this is the, I think they could mount antennas on these, on those 4. They could mount them on this
so that's what,
section
so
of
they
it.
could put 1, 2, 3, 4 and come back and put another one right
Sure.
in between?
I would say they could put them in between. I mean,
So
you
that's-
gotta figure this is 14 feet.
Right. So if we put 8 of them on there, that gets them pretty close together. That's why I'm thinking there's that many antennas.
There, a lot of them are really small.
So
I mean, not
if-
much bigger than a car CB antenna.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would almost think you could, I mean, if we had to, we could almost put another angle clip across this, and you could even mount the smaller ones up a little bit higher.
So we asked James to head that up. He's going to make sure that, he was going to get with this company that Craig mentioned. I can't think, what would you, Mobilecom, to see the spacing requirements and make sure that we could get everything we need on this 14-foot. Isn't that what he agreed to do?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of taken aback by the price.
Yep.
I mean, throw a couple cinder blocks on the rack and have someone make a rack that's painted nice, that can fabricate steel. I mean, that's like an erector set. I mean, I'm sure it's high quality, it's nice and everything. I don't know if it's worth $15,000.
Right.
Well, and the cable tray's included. The cable tray.
Well, that's nice.
The cable trays will keep everything off of the roof and allow any leaves or anything to flow underneath.
Yeah, because right now the cable tray is just, there's probably 50, 60 feet of
I know, yeah.
wires
50
that are just
yeah,
laying at
50
the
foot
edge of
of
the roof.
I'm sure it's an extruded aluminum cable tray. I'm sure that's not going to be cheap, but,
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It just gets more and more
Yeah.
expensive. But we did ask for it.
So can we leave them, we can't leave them where they're at, can we? Don't we have to do something?
You can leave everything in place.
So don't we have to take it all down so you can put
It's
the
all
coping
gonna
on?
be
The
taken
coping has to
down.
come down. Yeah, to install the coping, the antennas would have
Right.
to come off. So, I mean, they could go back on the parapet wall.
Put a piece of unistrut on top of it,
You could.
just fasten it to the wall.
Did anybody verify if all the antennas up there were still in use?
I did. I spoke with, I believe it was Coffee with the EMA, and he did say every antenna up there is
How many was up there? Do you remember?
16.
I'm sorry?
16, not counting what's on the main antenna tower.
Yeah.
Just on that coping wall.
I think we need to know from James what kind of area we need first to see if,
Yeah.
we need to know what we have to put them all back up to even decide whether this 14-foot is viable or what options we need to have. I mean, he may come back and say, no, they all have to be spaced 8 foot apart.
Have we given him this? Has he seen this?
I don't know if he did or
Because
not.
maybe you can consult with Mobilecom and have them, maybe, and have
I thought he
him.
was on, was this on the email, this sheet? I thought it was.
James was on.
He was on the email, yeah, I thought he was.
Sorry, I was just
Yeah,
making sure.
yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't remember. So, yeah, Craig, Mike, me.
I think honestly, I think we're going to need to table this until we get some more information. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree.
Yep.
Make sure that
Yeah, I'm gonna spend $15,000. I'm gonna make sure that it works right.
Sure.
Fix within the distance and everything will go on. I mean, I don't remember going up there and seeing 14 antennas.
oh, there was a bunch. Yeah, they was everywhere.
I think, Michael, did you count 16?
16 on that one center wall.
Yeah, they was little ones. Some of them was only that tall. They was.
That's why I'm wondering if you get a cap to put unistrut, you have to bolt it through and make sure you seal it.
So, no, I appreciate your,
Sure.
quote, Art, but, Michael, you may start thinking about a different option that we can do ourselves. So you might start looking into that.
That and, I mean, maybe Mobilecom or whoever James Coffey's working with has something too, that, because they might buy these every day. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean,
All right.
at some point, we gotta pull the reins back. I mean, yeah, it was a great idea to get it done, to do it that way, but yeah, it just gets expensive.
All right. Anything else for us, Art?
I don't have anything else today. I'll follow up with the warranty information on the HVAC equipment, and we'll see if I can dig up a paint submittal, and I'll get with Rick Anderson about the Reedy people.
Okay.
We'll go from there. All right. I appreciate your time today.
All right,
Yes,
thank
Thank you
you.
very much, Art.
Thank you, Art.
Okay.
Start to sign paperwork.
Yep. I need to get a hold of, I'll try to get a hold of James. I'll go up there and look at it as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, they didn't have nothing fancy in the first place.
all that is, in my opinion, is a steel rack that they're gonna put cinder blocks on to
The
hold
only
it
thing
down
is,
for.
you gotta take them down so they can put the cap on.
Yeah. There's someone that can steal.
Okay, I have two things.
Okay.
Did you write me a letter of recommendation?
No, I did not.
Roger, will you write me a letter of recommendation
What do you want recommended for?
for the grant for the Rising
Cow.
Sun Regional?
She's been beating down my door and I have not done
all
it.
my paperwork
I understand,
done.
I understand.
And my paperwork's like this thick, and I just need to submit it, and I want to get it done.
So I said I would do it last week before I went on vacation and it did not get done.
It's a letter of recommendation just stating that you guys are okay with me doing that grant for them, and that we have the money for just reaching out to see if we can, I mean, better terms
You'll make,
than
you'll
that.
be write it and get it. I mean, I'll do that.
If you don't mind,
Yeah, I'll do
Roger,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm over here seeing my emails box.
and then times for meetings next year, are you wanting to stick with the same times, or are you wanting to change anything, or? I'm asking just because I'm doing the agendas, and I'd rather just do them the way you want them and not have to go back and bring them back. Do you want to stick with the 8 and 1, or you want to do 8? You want to do?
Now they're televised like 3 in the morning. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Be a good time.
I mean, I think anything's fine with me, but I think what we are doing now seems to be working okay. Now, if you guys want to switch, if it was better to you to switch them to all to 8, I'm fine.
So the
I
only,
don't care, I'm just asking.
I still think for, like, it is nicer that everybody is able to watch them now, right? But I think when we start talking about people in the public being able to come in and have 2 different time periods is good for people that work, want to do a half day in the morning and
I'll
half day.
tell you what I've heard
Okay.
from the public when they call they want the 8 o'clock meeting.
Really?
Still, because they're like, well, that's in the middle of my day. The 1 o'clock meeting.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, well, that's in the
'Cause-
middle of my day, because we don't usually have anything until 2 or
Yeah.
2:30.
And I know at some point, like, we had considered even doing
mind
them
you, I
later.
don't care.
Later, I know like Wanda at the newspaper, she always thought they should have been in the evening, but if that's the case, it's how long these meetings extend. We have people that are coming in on their comp time and things like that,
I'm just telling you right now, I do not want to do night
I-
meetings.
oh, I-
I'll give my opinion.
I'm just saying, I understand, I'm just
I
talking
will.
out loud to anyone that thinks that that's the reason why, that it costs the taxpayers a lot more money, because we have to pay employees to be in here for
Right.
that time period.
When I make an appointment, I try to make it earlier in the day as possible, because it ruins the rest of my
Yeah.
day if I don't.
I mean, I'm not
But I don't-
opposed to the morning and every other. We have more mornings than we do in the
Because if they are on
afternoons.
a Friday, I do make them at 8 o'clock, because I don't want to be here all
Well,
evening on Friday.
I would prefer the ones that, like the holiday, I would rather have them on the Thursday instead of the Friday. I mean, or the Tuesday after or something.
Okay, well,
You know,
you
I
gotta
just,
tell me what you want to do.
I mean, that's
will
just
do
my
that.
opinion, but obviously, I know 8 o'clock on the Friday
The only
morning is
reason why
fine.
we do it on that Friday is because that's the day we get paid.
Right.
Because you guys sign
And-
off on payroll.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the Friday if you guys are fine, but I just think another day might work out better for everybody, not having to be here.
That's the only reason
Yeah.
why that meeting is scheduled for
And
that.
typically gives me the excuse to take off that full day
Well,
on
I'm
the
just
Friday.
saying, because like that Friday, we have to, the highway garage, they don't work on Friday, so they have to come in.
That's true.
People may want to take off that Friday to have a long
You would
weekend.
either have to do, you would have to either do it on that Friday or the Thursday prior, because payroll would have to be signed before it gets released.
Yeah, I would prefer to do it on the Thursday before instead of the Friday.
So, are you okay with that? I don't care.
I mean, at the 8 o'clock, and I mean, does it sound like we want to do all 8
Keep it at
o'clock?
8, do them all if
8
it's
o'clock?
in that scenario, do them all on Thursday at 8 o'clock instead of the Friday.
You mean Thursday at 8, before the holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I
8 p.m.
kind of like the 8 AM and the 1.
That's fine
If
with
you
me.
guys are all right with that on the times.
I don't
Because it'll be more, we're gonna have more 8 AMs.
Right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, and I tried, this one I missed though, but I tried to do an 8 o'clock morning meeting when we have council too. Because that gives me a break to get some things done before the council meeting, but I missed this one.
Oh, no. And that's fine too, Amy. Like I said, if it works out to where you are in that scenario and they're 8 AM, I'm fine. I just think that having the opportunity of the 1 can maybe help people, like, help people out like that.
August 29th.
Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of August 29th?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 We'll move it to Thursday if I'm allowed to go to the party. Just kidding.
Jeff, you were awfully quiet during the address discussion.
Yeah,
Is that because you have a different opinion than me?
probably.
Okay.
But is what it is,
Okay.
I reckon.
Okay, so.
Been that way for that long, I don't know what the big deal is about changing it. And if they can't get insurance, I think they need to change their insurance company, because I asked all the questions and they can get insurance.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them deals that.
But then I look back too, back in in the 70s, you never had 911, and there wasn't no big deal if they couldn't get to you.
Do we have a motion to pay the claims and payroll?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So this is from Patty.
You asked me, daggone it.
It's just one of them deals where the project came up twice, that I thought, but anyway,
It's been more than twice.
over the years, yeah.
So this is from Patty. I'm gonna read this text to you because I couldn't remember what this was for.
But
Okay, fair enough.
It must have been deleted.
Gerber
the email.
County has.
When I was
think they
there
have
last
it where
time,
they
we
check
talked
on
about
it.
the fact that we are seeing more DOL audits regarding compliance. Ripley is missing 2 documents that are required, Section 125 plan document and a RAP document. The RAP really pertains to groups that fall under ERISA, but we recommend that all of our clients have one. AV Consulting is our preferred vendor to create these. The Section 125 is $350 and the RAP is $500. Does that help? Yes, I do remember that now, because you guys said you did want to sign it.
Yeah, we said we would do that, didn't we?
Yep.
Do we have a motion to approve the AV Consulting wrap plan document?
Yeah, it's the AV Consulting, Section 125, and the RAP. It's what Patty talked to you guys about, the auditing process when things happen with our health insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
I would just like on the 911 addresses that we cover our butts, that we're keeping an eye on things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that.
See, I think that's why it was put there, so you wouldn't have to sit there and babysit and make
We
sure.
said anyway, because most people don't get permits.
That's true.
Well,
I'm just saying.
yeah. But if they don't have one, you show up, you can shut them down just like that as well. And I guess that,
You shut them down for, what do you mean by shut them down?
if they don't have their permit, building permit.
But we're not, that's not what they're
No,
wanting this in
I-
place so people can't move a camper in and live in the camper. And I don't think this is even going to prevent that from happening, is it?
They're not gonna prevent that from happening whether they have a 911.
That's my point. Yeah, that's.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is in the camper, it's other issues.
Yeah, but
But I guess maybe we need to direct our inspector, if he sees something funny, he needs to investigate on it, maybe, instead of just do the inspections. Because he's driving around all the time, or Tad's here. Now, Tad will fill in if Derek's too busy.
On the other side of that, it's kind of like, okay, what are people actually doing on their property that is so bad that they don't get a permit? Like, I understand like a septic approval, right?
That's one.
Like a septic.
Yeah.
That's important. But, you know, because
Yeah,
I
you
know.
don't have to have one of them now because you can install it yourself.
I understand that, but I also know that, if I order the package and build a garage on my property and I do every ounce of labor myself, I'm not obligated to get a permit.
You're supposed to get an
Don't know if it
improvement.
applies to a garage, but a home it does. The law
Yeah,
can.
but a
If
garage.
you build your own home, and you don't really use any outside source
Yeah.
of additional labor, paid help, et cetera.
Don't you have to get an improvement permit? Just so they can put it in on the record for the
You
assessor?
should, but there was a time where
Just asking, I thought
Yeah.
that's why you had
you
to get one.
should, but there's one time where it was challenged.
But you still have to get your septic permit, right?
Not if
Well-
there's an existing there.
Well, not if it's existing.
Right, and
But you
if
can't put
it's-
a new one in, can you?
No, you gotta go in with some sort of a plan and some sort of approval and permit.
Well, why
for that.
couldn't
Although they've
you-
relaxed it
If
real
you can
bad.
build your own home, why not just go ahead and put your septic in and go on?
And they may allow for that if you bring in a plan that shows what it's gonna be.
But if you didn't get a building permit, they don't know that you're doing it. See what I'm saying?
I get it, I totally get it, and that's where maybe,
And is what helps from this not happening is 99% of the people that are building a home in Ripley County are borrowing money. And if you're borrowing money to get a home, you're not closing out your loan on your construction loan until you get occupancy permit.
Right.
That step check alone, so I guess outside
That's a
of
pretty
that,
solid
what are
point.
people doing that we are really concerned about?
Let's see. What's a,
I agree, yeah.
So that's my, like, somebody putting a camper on their property, I mean, you go down to Dale Hollow Lake, there's a camper on every piece of property before you get to that lake down there, people that stay down there for the weekend. I mean, don't know what they do for septic, but
what's the word for somebody that just takes over your property and you can't?
Squatter?
Squatter. If you don't have an address, does that keep them from squatting or not?
the only thing that keeps a person from
come on,
squatting
Jack,
is,
most
No,
people
I'm
with
just
guns-
asking.
the only thing that I know of that is a good source of keeping a person from squatting on your property would basically be to see them there and initiate, a
Them-
ejectment action.
Yeah.
Evict them, eject them from the property. Because
If they're on bare ground, can they squat on it and you can't kick them off?
I mean, if you park a trailer out there and you wanna live rough, yeah, I mean,
A squatter I'm talking about.
yeah, I mean, if somebody.
But I
sets
can
up-
go kick them off without getting legal.
I said you needed to do an ejectment action, and that means through the.
No, I mean, if somebody's on my property
Yeah.
squatting,
You'd probably first call the police to ask them to be gone.
I'm on camera.
You'd ask them to be
Yep.
gone and to removed, and if they come back, then it would be criminal trespass at that point.
Okay, criminal trespassing. Oh, but darn, I had people trespassing on my property and the prosecutor, nobody would let me try to prosecute.
They give everybody almost,
And I had
okay, so
camera
you didn't
proof.
know for sure where the lines were, but don't come back here. He doesn't want you back on the property. From that point forward, if they come back and they've been warned and there's a record of that, then it is criminal trespass. But usually, for lack of a better term, somebody can walk across your ground or stand on your ground and they get like sort of a one free bite at the apple.
Okay.
So squirrel hunting, where do I drop my dogs at over there?
No, they was stealing my ginseng,
Oh, well, that's a problem.
but then nobody do nothing. And I had the conservation officer come there to look at it and said there wasn't enough proof, even though the conservation officer saw where they dug it.
I'd be frustrated about it.
imagine, yeah.
I'd be frustrated about that.
Yeah, there's 3 guys. Had them on camera, plain as day.
My, friend of mine, that's how he pays Christmas. Not Thanksgiving.
They can go coon hunting instead or something, I don't care. That's how we made our Christmas. But that went to pot after 79.
Just so you guys know, you're aware, we talked about it. That contract on the purchasing agreement is with their attorneys.
Is it good?
Okay.
Awesome.
And that's what the appropriation tonight at the meeting is for?
Additional, yeah.
Right.
It's on schedule, right?
Right.
Yeah,
250?
yeah.
Yeah, so are you, I mean, do we all need to be here, or who needs to be here for that?
I would at least have one of you here.
Well, I'll be here, but I probably wouldn't hurt to have all 3 of us if we're pushing for it.
Yeah.
I don't know their views. I know one view. I don't know about the rest. Do you?
I mean, one of them I kind of got, another one I kind of got it on. I didn't speak to any of the other ones about. I mean, I think as it stands right now, my recommendation is to table it until we know there's a contract signed. That way we
Yeah.
can get the proper dollar amount on what it should be, and not let them get upset about it. Just kind of explain to them what it needs to be. I don't,
Well, we can't do action on it now because it's not been decided if we have the money.
yeah.
Or it's not been signed either.
And
being reviewed.
ultimately, I mean, if council doesn't want to do the additional appropriation, if we do get a signed purchasing agreement, council still has to initiate of getting the 2 appraisals.
Right.
And if they don't want to do an additional appropriation until that's fine. I just didn't want us to wait 6 weeks.
Right.
We put it in at the right time. So if they just table it until we get the appraisals back, and, I mean, we don't have to buy it.
No.
If council can't get the right dollar amount, or council says no, I mean, ultimately, that would be my recommendation tonight, would be table it until we get a signed agreement, and then we can lower the additional appropriation to what it really needs to be, and council can get the,
But if they don't approve it, this one, you still have to wait a whole nother month, and then it goes to the state, right? The approval?
no, that's the reason why they need to table it. If they say no to it, then we have to go in and put all the paperwork back in to do it again.
Oh, okay.
If they just table it and say, hey, we're still waiting on more information, I would just say table it until we get a signed agreement, and if we get a signed agreement, then you guys initiate now getting the 2 appraisals.
Okay.
Because they have to do that legally. That's what has to be done.
Right.
Council has to initiate and say, because the council, commissioners and council or whomever cannot buy the property without taking the average of what 2 appraisals are.
But I thought we had to get it done because of a time constraint, so then why, we're tabling it now, so why did we even ask for it?
Because I didn't expect it to already happen this month. I thought it was going on next month.
Okay, all right, so then do we just need to have her at the night to say, we want to table that till next
That's what I
month?
think we would do. We wait till she gets back.
Okay, all right.
That's what I would do until we get, I mean, I can check and see if,
Right. And I figured since I've dealt with so many people, so many numbers, I couldn't remember.
So when we ask for additional appropriation, it's got to go to the state first and then to the commissioner, right?
no, yeah, the state, well, the DGLF, she has to submit, but I've never in my history seen them deny one.
Okay.
I just don't want to say yes for sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you may go up there and they may be like, they don't even ask you to come up. Yeah, yeah. But the sheriff wasn't here last time and they tabled 2 of his things. So, I mean, praying. Yeah, that's a blast. All right.
So Amy, on this additional appropriation for this land tonight, we don't have anything back from their attorney. Can we ask them just to, the council's got three decisions, no
Yes, or table.
or table? And I'm fine, and if they table it, they should, or they should initiate the 2 appraisals. But I wouldn't even do that until we get the signed agreement back. So maybe it would be nice if they would
Then, so
tentatively.
in other words, it sounds like to me, I just need to look at them and say, yes, this has been advertised. We do not have any of the paperwork back that we need yet, so we need to table this to the next meeting.
That's that's exactly right, yes.
Okay.
So you can say that way we,
Why? Ain't neither 3 of you want to come?
Jeff's going?
that's cool, I mean, we just need to know who's
I'm
going to
just
say it.
giving you a hard
I'll
time.
put
Well,
that at
I'm
the
not
bottom of
gonna
my
come-
recommendation letter if you want me
No,
to.
I'm just.
But I'm not gonna come in, I'm not gonna
Yes,
come.
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come tonight and battle heads when we
Yeah.
don't have any information.
Well, we don't, right, we don't
Yeah.
have
It'll
it.
be fine.
I mean,
I'll just tell them like, when that one comes up, I'm gonna be like, whoa, wait a minute, like,
just table
we're
it.
gonna table this because we don't have any of the paperwork that we need yet.
And John, we put like 60 days on it,
I forget what I told him.
Hit 90, didn't he?
90, something like
I
that.
think it was 90,
Close.
Yeah.
think.
But that'd be from the date of execution.
We don't want any.
And I got your message, I just hadn't responded to it, sorry.
About Zach?
Yeah.
I figured you'd seen it, especially when you answered me about the other one. Adam Run.
Okay.
It was in a spot that was easily found by my husband, so.
Send that down to him, we both need to sign it.
Both of us missed it.
What?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
That you guys had asked for.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is, look at that real quick, do we need prior years? This is for the last 6 months.
What is it?
The financial, they're,
This needs to go into the council's file.
yeah, but it's only from the last 6 months.
So it was supposed to be for 2024, right?
Well, usually it's, yeah, it should have been for 2024 because we don't have a whole year.
Yeah.
They didn't give us their finances.
4H.
For the, during the budget hearings.
So we just told them that that might be a sticking point when we go approve. Everybody else had to supply it. Council didn't require it, but we still sign off on the expenditures, so.
So you want me to tell her we need it for 24?
I mean, that's part of the process, is to have last year 2024s, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, it did, that's probably the.
I guess I didn't specify, but I thought
Yeah.
it's said it all. I even emailed it to her, or forwarded it to her before budgets even started. I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming that would be real easy for her to come up with.
Should be.
be.
I think,
Come up
I
with that.
think
Probably not her, it's probably
Lisa.
someone else.
Okay, yeah.
It's Lisa. That's the-
I mean, I don't see anything crazy in here.
No, but this is only for 6 months.
Yeah.
Where, so if that's the case, no, see, they don't even have the fair in it, period. It's from 1/1 to 6/15.
Yeah.
The fair was in July.
Yeah, I mean, a year over year would be good. This is a step in the right direction, it's just not exactly what we're asking.
Yeah, it's not the whole year.
Yeah, 6
So I'll go,
months.
you want me, I'll tell her we need the whole thing for 2024.
Whatever 2024's was.
Okay, that's what I'll tell her.
He said there's one of them that they denied because they didn't get the financials, and then there's other ones that they just didn't require it, I don't think. We don't have a filing cabinet back here anymore, do we?
I didn't know we had
The
one.
trash can.
Oh, the trash can. That's a
You guys
filing.
never used it. I moved it.
Trash can.
I like to file some of these,
Matter, they don't make anything off the fair. I miss these old Pete's. Sorry, Roger.
Your hand?
Yeah, cut it on something. All the information there we want.
I think a year over year. I think year over year is what everybody wants. So,
Yeah, the whole 20.
yeah.
Roger, why you make me do this?
Just give me a stamp and I'll take care of it for
Sit
you.
there and I've
I'll
looked
stamp-
at every
I'll
tab
stamp
on
everything.
there. How in the heck did I miss them? They stuck together?
I bet the amount of people watching the video just went down because they're out of office. They're all leaving for work today.
Yeah. I got tired.
They're
looking
like,
at it.
yeah, I'm tired of hearing them talk, so.
So I do have a question that we can talk about here real quick. So on the Doug Rump, on the zoning board, that was just to fulfill Kyla's 4-year term, right? So he still has, that he's taking the remainder of her 4 years. We didn't really.
Whatever was left.
Right, so I just want to make sure it wasn't a 4 years. So I want to make sure the date's correct on our appointments. Just want to make sure.
I don't know when it's due though.
28, January of 28.
28, okay.
And you guys give Jason Smith a call at some point before the next health board meeting. He asked whether they wanted to have an executive meeting with us there. I'm just telling you to reach out to him. There's no sense in
Oh, I need to talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And Roger?
All right, make anything else?
That's what I've been thinking about.
He said as soon as I get halfway home, I'll remember everything.
Welcome to getting older.
It's just a lot going on this time of year for me.
Yes, there is.
My job's busy. Kids are busy, unfortunately.
on vacation.
Oh,
Did go on vacation.
It's good though.
And I told Jason Smith when he texted me on Friday or Saturday, I said, I'm not calling you back till Sunday. I'm actually on vacation. And then Jeff calls me Friday morning.
sorry.
For everybody.
Hey, it's just another day to me.
So, I didn't want to interrupt you. I know you said you thought you had something. I had something I wanted to bring up as well. You want to go or you want me to?
Okay, I'll go.
Yep.
When I was at the last planning commission, they was, looking at me, staring at me pretty hard that they want the commissioners to cough up some money to reevaluate all the ordinances
Okay.
The zoning code,
or
basically.
zoning.
Zoning code.
Yeah, whenever the comprehensive
Yeah.
plan is done, that'd probably be the next
Have a
logical step.
professional try to do it, I guess, but I asked this question. Okay, the state's changing their zoning or ordinances all the time, blah, blah, blah. After we would spend all this money, within a month, they could change. So we'd still be in the same situation as we are now.
To some degree.
I mean, or within a year even. I mean, how bad does it need done, or can Tad go back through and kind of justify things, or?
Like, what's an example of, like, I know we just voted some today. But, I mean, what's an example of something that needs to be changed?
I don't know if it's much as being changed, it's just making sure we're up to snuff with everybody else, I guess.
I guess similar, but that could just be a review of the surrounding codes and things of that nature.
Because Lawrenceburg doing it this way doesn't mean we have to, unless the state's requiring it.
I mean, as things have come along or we get wind of them, we make adjustments here and there. And
Yeah.
like, we've changed the code on a couple different times where we continuously saw a very similar situation asking for the same type of a variance, so it's like, well, if we're having to do this many variances, then this portion of the code must be antiquated and not keeping in what's common practice now. So that's one example. I'm trying to think of what that was on. Well, that was on the width to depth ratio of a lot. That was one of the main ones.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, is that real important, width and depth?
width to depth always kind of kept you from getting these narrow, really
Right,
long
right.
tracks where you had more of a, and obviously your topography, a wooded area, a creek,
Yeah.
any of that can change some of your property lines. But I think the idea was we ought to at least have two right angles, maybe.
Right, I know right now.
And a decent looking square
Yeah,
rectangular
it's
shape.
200 by 400, but I've been throwing around of other aspects of a 300 by 300 myself, but,
Would
because,
that be 90,000 square feet? So that'd be just a skosh under 2 acres?
just under 2 acres. But my theory is, if down the road, if we maybe, since septic is available no matter what, we could shrink them down to acres. And that way you'd have a 150 by 150 by 300.
Well, I think there's some talk about maybe, do they still need to keep the acreage at 2 acres? You know,
Right, but I'm
since
just.
we don't require the secondary septic site anymore, or anything
Right.
of that nature.
And automatically, you can put a cistern in and pump it out every month if you have to. That's the way I've taken it, they said.
I mean, legally, I believe that's the way that
Yeah.
the health code is written now, that
See,
if
I'm
that's your
looking on-
plan and that's what you intend to do.
I'm looking on trying to see if
done.
people
I
will
want
buy
more
that
justice for
smaller
everybody.
lot,
I wouldn't want to live that way,
saving
but
on farm ground being used up. That's what I'm looking at, use less farm ground. And you try to use stuff that ain't the best farm ground in the world, but
Sure.
if you can put a septic site on anything now, why not go smaller if somebody's wanting something smaller?
Well, they still want to review the plan
Yeah.
and take a look at it and see the septic, the soil boring. It's just they won't write the letter, kind of the way that historically it was in the past, where I'm just going to go old school. When Andy Bryant was in here, he'd go out, he'd visibly look at it. If he didn't see anything that looked like a troubled or a compacted area
Yep.
or high traffic, he'd throw a couple flags in the ground, tell the people, get your soil borings here. Greg Henderson or Scott Nickel would come out, take the soil borings, do the report, send it back into Andy, and go, okay, well, the soil percolate sufficiently.
We only have to have one soil
Now, one.
now, one spot.
We have one primary septic system, no secondary site.
Yeah.
So, but now, before you get to that point of boring and they do on a letter, you literally have to go in and say, I want to build this many bedroom home. I want,
To justify the size, yeah.
I want this, and then here's my proposed system. And then they get a soil boring and they do it, and then they'll issue the permit.
Right. And
With
if
whatever plan comes in, but you're right, though. The way it was explained to me, it could be like more of a chlorine, it could be a sand filter system. I mean, this technology new to Indiana, TNI, is the acronym. There's more options,
Lot more.
but they even,
Really expensive.
they acted as though that even if your proposal is to put in a septic tank and just pump it when it's nearing that danger point and have it hauled away, but it seems like that'd be an expensive way to deal with it. It wouldn't take long, in my opinion, to pay the, what, 7,500, 10 grand to put in a septic system?
You know, Stones.
And it may be more than that.
Stones is a mill house.
Just depends on, how full of it.
Does not have a septic. They pump it. The restaurant.
But they're only open certain days of the week for limited time.
I guarantee, they almost have to do it once a week, I would think.
I would think so too.
But they don't have no place to have that septic system.
Sure. Where'd it go in the past? Over the hill?
I think they've always pumped it.
Really?
I think so.
I'll be darned.
Okay, Roger.
We kind of talked about this. Do you see the need for our direct appointments to let us know when they're not going to be here?
Oh, yeah, that is something.
So I think we probably need to send them a message and say that if they are going to, I guess, let me ask, there's one of two ways we could do it. Is it when they're taking time off or when they're taking extensive time off? Like if they're gonna be gone for a week and out of town, right?
I
Or do
think-
you treat them the same?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking if they're going to leave 3 hours early, no big deal. But if
Yeah.
they're not going to be here at all on it tomorrow or 3 days,
Yeah.
do we need to know about it? Because we just had an issue come up last week where we told somebody to contact somebody and we
Yeah.
just kind of looked kind of silly when they call back and say, they're not even here this week. Oh, okay. Didn't even know that myself.
Yeah, I mean, we probably need to ask our, Jason Edwards, dispatch, EMA, Becky, Craig, to send us an email, or I don't care if it's a calendar a year in advance,
Or you just, yeah.
just some sort of note that allows us to, because I mean, there's stuff that we could try to help them out with or know who to go to and try to, so they don't have to work, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be a message. Is there anyone else that you think of?
It'd be basically our people that we.
Our appointment?
Under
Yeah, our
us,
appointments, yeah, yeah. I just thought I'd bring it, I just brought it up for you guys to think about. We
I
can-
don't, I don't think it, like, if it's, I would call it like a day or two more, day or two off continuously, it'd be nice for us.
I don't think we have to approve it.
Yeah.
We're not
Just
asking to
note-
No, we're
approve
not
it.
asking to approve.
We just need to know if you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if
'cause
we're
we are running-
confronted and say, hey, go talk to such and such, well, then find out. Well, didn't know she was out, she or he or whoever is out,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
right.
need to work on that.
And then, or I'll call and, well, I'm out of town. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah. That way we won't
Didn't
bother
mean to
them.
bother you,
Okay.
So just anything like that. But normally like Craig, he lets you know, so. And Jason, a lot of times, he'll let text us if
Jason
it's
lets us
something.
know.
All right, we have anything else?
I don't think so.
I did some quick cursory research on that FLSA while we were sitting here earlier. And I think for right now, the law does not extend into like dispatchers to put them on that type of a shift. Jailers, I don't think they'd meet that qualification either, because one of the criteria in the definition of law enforcement is that they have, in law, they have arrest powers. And unfortunately, I think most of the jail staff, the jailers, probably don't have arrest powers. So I don't think that we
I
could get them.
didn't think the jail could be on that.
They
I
can't.
truly did not think.
Well, based on that definition, they can't. Now, if someone happens to be a jailer and has arrest powers because it's merited, he or she's a merited officer, they could put possibly someone, one or two people, but they gotta have that. And much like, even though EMS and first responders could fall under fire protection, this is an interesting part of the definition of 29 USC Section 203Y. Employee and firefighter protection activities means an employee, including a firefighter, paramedic, emergency medical technician, rescue worker, ambulance personnel, or hazardous material workers. One, is trained in fire suppression, has legal authority and responsibility to engage in fire suppression, and is employed by a fire department of a municipality, county, fire district, or state. Two, is engaged in the prevention, control, and extinguishment of fires or response to emergency situations where life, property, or the environment is at risk. So our EMS people and our paramedics, they're pretty specific in that, so that doesn't, I don't think that covers them either. So,
I mean, no one's on it now. The only people that were on it before was the sheriff's department.
exactly. And they meet the definition of having arrest powers, so. It'd be nice if the federal government would relax on that a little bit, because it probably could save a little dab of overtime or comp time, but the nice thing is, they could offer more flexibility in the scheduling. You know,
Ultimately, that's
where you could
something
work
the
a hard week
sheriff
and then a
needs to
soft
know,
week.
because we can't change the handbook, he can't do it. So, on here, I don't think the county attorney being part-time,
I know,
don't
I was
think the
just
building,
getting
yeah.
a copy of your.
But I was saying, if we want to send a message out, like Craig Maintenance, Technology Director, EMA Director, EMS Director, Highway Garage, and 911. Veterans Affairs and Animal Control?
Yeah.
No. I think, Building Inspector, if he's out, Tad handles that.
Yeah.
It's mainly the people that if somebody's not out, who's in charge? That's,
Yeah, I agree.
so I will try to get a message out. I mean, I think it's a quick email to those five.
Okay, all right.
Sorry I was late to game.
Don't forget.
I had a 1 o'clock hearing
I say,
over at Judge Sharp's court.
Don't forget.
I probably will.
All right.
Don't forget.
I'm like,
I make a motion to adjourn.
Roger's thirsty. Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye. I kinda am too, but I'm not too far off of being anemic again.
So you know how like Jeff Volts lived here for the first half of the year? And then now he's busy, so you don't hear from him as much? That's pretty much how I've been the
Well, I
last
was
couple
here
of
at
weeks.
8:30 today, thank you. I was.
What'd you do, get the meeting time wrong?
I was just trying to get things I've been wanting to get done on one day, so.
So, that council meeting tonight.